we just got
we just got finished recording. What's the news, my boy?
breaking news. We have a new pope. His name is Robert Prevost. And he's the first elected American pope. He's like American. He's the first American pope ever been elected. And he's originally from Chicago.
That's like
Chicago?
crazy. You telling me the Pope was chilling on Van Buren?
You telling me the pope was on 63rd? What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Jam. It's JJ, Alan, AB, and Matt, the way it always is. How we doing?
It always is. We getting professional around here.
Oh, yeah, as written. The Jam. We moving up in the world thanks to you guys. We got a whole logo now and shit. So thank y'all. Today we have a jam-packed episode. As always, we are going to be talking about GTA 6.
Oh, brother.
To kick it off. It's going to be an emotional roller coaster because we're going to go from that to Tyre Nichols. I got breaking news about that and updates about that situation. I was back in 2023, so it's been like 2 years. Not the best news at all. But besides that, we're going to be talking about Thunderbolts as well. Y'all did give us a lot of love for Sinners. Hopefully y'all do rock with what we're going to say about that, but I don't know. Stay tuned for that. And then last but certainly not least, and what will be this entire episode, which is also why we are dressed this way, the Met Gala.
The motherfucker.
This is pretty much the Allen episode. So if you like Allen.
Hell yeah.
No, I was like seconds away from ruining our monetization because I was like some bull, and he said Thunderbolts, and I was like some bull, and then
we done ruined it already. He said it in like the first
There's no way. Are you for real?
Yeah.
I think you're lying. We have to watch the footage back.
Thing, he was like, we all official and shit, and I was like,
all right, there it is. We'll believe it. YouTube they'll survive. But yeah, we'll be doing Alan's topic and Doom today about the Met Gala. Afterwards, we're going to be talking about, we're going to do some more comments because I've noticed that you guys took a step back when it came to the frequency of the hashtag
they thought they could get away with
you thought you could get away with not doing
y'all be taking advantage. Y'all already don't be sharing.
Like, why do you think you comment and you don't put the hashtag?
They must not want us to make it out the trenches.
Exactly. You must not realize that we bring all these outfits to the studio because we live here. It's over.
We live here. Why are they taking advantage of it?
I don't get it, bro.
It's them terrorists, man. But so if you guys do go on to enjoy this episode, like I keep saying, like, comment, share, subscribe, all platforms, everywhere. I'm talking Spotify, I'm talking Acast, I'm talking Prime, I'm talking YouTube, I'm talking iHeart Radio, I'm talking
YouTube, I'm talking.
I said YouTube.
Everywhere, man.
So to kick everything off again, and use that hashtag JaamTalks when you comment on any platform, every platform.
I do want to mention this real quick. You want to mention the prom?
Oh yeah, we gonna
real quick. So as it's prom season, it's prom season, it's graduation season. First of all, we want to say congratulations to all the graduates, all the prom goers, and
hope y'all enjoyed y'all prom. If you haven't had it yet, if you've had it already,
we know y'all cheated y'all way through school, but
but right. So we want to do a segment with y'all, and y'all could send us your prom fits. We're gonna show y'all ours later in this episode.
Good God,
which will be
an experiment.
Yeah, so it'll be an experience for sure. But yeah. Send us y'all prom fits. Where would they send the fits? Like,
do we have?
We can make an email.
Put the email.
We'll put an email somewhere, I guess so.
In this. You just email
be safe and responsible, and do not send us any pictures that you do not want the internet to see.
True, please.
Or you can just DM it to us on Instagram.
Yeah, or just DM it to us on Instagram or something like that.
That as well. But yeah, let's get right into it. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'm gonna say it like 15 times. Y'all be bullshit.
Bro, share the video.
But we got a lot of stuff to talk about. This last week has kind of been full. Me and AB were out of town, so we missed some of it. But we're back now, and y'all have been here this entire time. Let's begin. Chicago. What?
Is he serious? Is he serious? It's the Met Gala episode, and he was about to forget the fit check?
Oh my wow. You want to know what's so real? These they were about to sit here and watch me forget the bitch. They let me start talking about the Chicago Cubs and didn't even let me know. All right, let's
talk the Cubs.
Who looking dandy?
I ain't gonna lie, everybody looking dandy.
Everyone looking dandy.
I'm thinking
y'all look more dandy.
We start off on the bro. What you wearing?
What am I wearing? This is from Boo Hoo Man. Know what I'm saying? Little Boo Hoo on a Boo Hoo. You feel me? Got the Billionaire Boys Club. Little college different material.
AB the artist.
This is not silk. This is like cotton or something. Got the dress pants. Got the shoes on.
That chain is insane.
That chain is
ridiculous.
That's nuts.
I was literally
vibing,
thinking
man.
today. I was like, I want to buy a new chain.
Yeah. I had to switch it up too because I was wearing the same chain for like the last 5 episodes straight.
I could have bought a chain, but I spent it on dinner.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it. What's your fit?
We'll talk about it. Go ahead.
What
Mr. Dandy himself.
Mr. Dandy himself. Hold on, we
himself.
talking about the little suit coat with the burgundy tie dress shirt, straight little. I'm thinking like some wax pants, with some dress shoes.
What's that on the
little brooch? It ain't mine, bro. It's his. Yeah, for real.
Nah, okay, man.
Who the Styles wore on the
Damn, I think they was at the Met Gala.
I think Who the Styles wore the Regina King shit real big.
I think they did.
You got the reimagined Bread Force, and then we got the VLT. Some calm.
Wait,
Because
you rocking with the jewelry?
Oh yeah.
Am I rocking with the jewelry?
Oh my god.
Nah, I feel like well my white shirt was at the bottom of my hamper, so I was like, I'm not grabbing my white dress shirt. So what's the fit? I think JJ.
This man is dandy Dan.
Some default Zara heeled boots.
W.
On some shit with some default pants, but then up top, you got the default dress shirt. And I think there's a guest belt, so some slight. But really, the big part is the
Mary jacket.
You ain't pop out right?
Huh?
You didn't pop out to the pod with that yet, right?
No, I think this is the first time I'm wearing it on the podcast. Yeah, with the brooches on the collar, on
That's hard.
and then the 3 chain stack. Now I'm saying you had the gold and then the silver and then the kind of blend of the both. Now I'm saying it's an art to it. You got it. You got it. But yeah, we decided. Alan mainly decided that we have to be dandy for this.
Bro, we gotta be dandy,
man. Black dandyism. We gonna talk all about it, and we're not gonna talk about it until halfway through this episode. So you gotta watch it. Like and subscribe. Oh, okay. Now that we've done that, and I did not bottle the whole show, let's get into just some banter real quick. So we've been mentioning the Cubs, which actually it was funny. We got a pretty decent amount of love. That's probably the first time I made like a reel talking about. There was a reel talking about baseball. Because I used to play baseball. I used to play MLB The Show and put it on like YouTube a lot. So I've been a baseball fan. The Cubs have obviously been doing good, still surprising expectations. They just got they shit kicked in by the Giants, but we don't got to talk about it. They came back. It was like 5. It was they were losing, and then they tied it in the bottom of the ninth with 2 outs. They tied it 5-5, and then I think in the 11th inning, these niggas gave up 9 runs and lost 14-5.
Jeez. They gave up 9 in 1 inning.
Yes, in 1 inning.
Head to the pavement.
Oh, I don't know if I don't believe her. What the hell? How do we let up 9 in 1 inning?
Our bullpen.
Good God.
We have not had a consistent bullpen since like 2016.
Like throughout Cubs history, it's always the bullpen that fucks it up. Like it's so stupid. So did y'all see the White Sox game though?
I did not see the White Sox.
Nigga, I haven't seen the lights on in the
I didn't know the White Sox.
I thought that team was banned.
They should be. They should be. So I think, who were they playing? The Royals or something? It was like bottom of the ninth. They were up by 1. It was 3-2. The motherfucker, the Royal player, he hits the ball, right? It goes to the second baseman, but it's a pop fly. Niggas running around. Misses it, hits off his head, hits the ground. Nigga runs to the base, he goes to second base. The next dude, it was some bullshit. Like, there's no way how these niggas lost that game, but they ended up losing.
I think the curse is reversed.
Did you see? I forgot. I think it was the Red Sox or something like that. The thing I sent you Buddy was going up for the ball to catch it, ran into the Wildest nigga arm.
Oh yes,
This nigga started.
He was a rookie. It was a rookie. It was a rookie outfielder.
Whole arm broke.
He plays left field. It was a rookie. He there was a fly ball. He ran towards the line and like dove to catch it and smacked into the wall, broke his arm.
Smacked into the wall, bro. That nigga arm was like
hopefully he has a speedy recovery.
Don't you remember when
he was about to not say it.
Yo, I was just laughing.
Don't you remember when we were playing at Nazarene, like Nazarene baseball, right?
Yeah, that was our first baseball league ever. It was like baseball league. The coach was throwing to you and stuff.
It was one time, bro. It was this kid. He was really skinny, like skinny as shit, but he was playing second base. Big kid. He hits the ball hard as shit. He goes for a double. They throw the ball in. He slides, and I don't know how. Like the
skinny kid or the big kid?
No, the big kid. He's sliding like he's big as shit. Slid head first. No, was it feet? Head first.
Fuck.
The kid gets the ball, puts his hand down, goes straight into his arm. The nigga came up, his arm was
no, bro. That is one of the worst pains.
I was like, no.
Oh my God.
No, that's all.
That was one of my.
How do you scream?
Like it was wild, bro. It was nasty. Like baseball. To some people, baseball is like really boring and shit, but it can get dangerous.
That was one of my fears growing up.
I fell off a gate and broke my arm.
That was one of my fears. That was one of my fears growing up playing baseball because I was a second baseman, and when they hit the ball to like left field, the second baseman has to go cover second base, which means that your back is kind of turned to the nigga who's rounding first. So if it was like a real tall nigga, I'm trying to catch the ball, and I turn around to see where bro at. It's this big nigga like it's terrifying as fuck. You just hope you don't get injured.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Cubs. A center fielder rookie. He's been hitting like Shohei
PCA,
apparently.
Damn.
Yeah,
PCA.
PCA's been going insane, and it was right after they tried to give him like a $75 million contract, and he was like, "Nigga, I'm worth more than that." He turned it down, and then he's been playing like God ever since. So
nigga hit a home run and said,
"Yeah." Which apparently he was like, "Nah, me and the homies made a bet on the team." We was like, "We know what you were saying."
That's the same like the Eagles talking about. Oh yeah, we had some
scheduling conflicts.
We know, Nick.
So that's really cool to see. Hopefully they keep doing good. A little setback in the last series, but it's 162 games in a year.
Well, since you brought up a team getting fucked on.
Let's talk about how we got fucked up.
No, wait. How did one game get? No. Wait, and you repeat that?
No, I was saying
in like the dinner.
Yeah, by the dinner. I thought you were going into the dinner.
No, we talking about the playoffs.
Playoffs first.
Diddy.
Playoffs first. Nah.
where did that come from?
Randomly said Diddy. Playoffs first. The OKC played the Nuggets, right? The Nuggets ended up beating the OKC. They're in. This is the I think like second round playoffs, right? Nuggets and OKC played, and the Nuggets ended up beating the OKC that first game. I'm like, damn,
the Thunder.
The Thunder.
The OKC.
Nuggets ended up beating them, and I'm like, yeah, it's gonna be a hard fought battle, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? These niggas came back the next game and beat these niggas 149-6 or 106.
Imagine a six.
Imagine
149 to 106.
Almost 50
They had an 87.
That's Shea dropped the black shoes.
Shea dropped those black shoes. 34 points for Shea. They had 87 points in the first half.
You said that set a record.
In the first half.
Set a playoff record.
First half, 87.
Playoff
87 points.
Yes, 87.
Oh my goodness.
Nigga.
Imagine
you gotta just quit after that.
Were they at home or away? OKC.
I didn't even see.
Imagine if they were on the road and you walked into someone else's stadium and put up 87 on them in the first half. That's not. I feel like you can only do that if you were at home.
That's terrible.
If they allow that to happen to them in their own stadium, retire.
It's still gonna be a hard fought series, but
don't get them angry.
Please don't get these young niggas what's it called. And I told Alan and JJ, if the Thunder win this world champion, like if they win the championship. I'm going to do something unspeakable to myself.
You want to know why? You want to know why every three of the four members on this podcast will dive off an escalator if they win this?
I'm gonna tell them a story. So it was.
I know. Okay.
Yeah, no, you know the story because you were there. I'm pretty sure. Right?
Yeah, were you there?
No, I'm not talking about the story. I'm talking about why y'all will.
Oh, okay.
That.
So it was a grand day. You know, we decided to go to Saks Fifth to go shopping a little bit. Me, JJ. I think Abby was there, but I don't know if you were.
It was either me.
Oh,
yeah, you were
now
there.
I know what you're talking
Because we
about.
called Alan.
Yeah, we called Alan wasn't there, but we decided to go shopping. We was at Saks shopping. We're in Montclair, so I'm looking in Montclair. JJ's looking in Montclair. We're like, damn, you know what I'm saying? We'll just try just window shopping, but also like, you know what I'm saying?
I turn around after looking at a jacket.
7'8" nigga.
It must have been the tallest human being I've seen in person.
Bro.
I don't even know
I
what his
looked
name
next
was.
to me. This tall ass nigga's next to me. I'm like, what the I'm like, oh, these niggas must be like rappers or some shit.
Then two more of them pop out.
Then two more pop up. I'm like, what the fuck? So we go around. We're like, yeah, we about to leave. They're like, yeah, we about to go to the other store. I'm like, all right, word. We go by the escalator. Why do I see training outfits and it says OKC, like the logo, the Thunder logo? Bro. I'm like, you're bullshitting. We turn around. This nigga Shay walks around the corner in front of us.
Bro, we went down the escalator, right? I think the first person I seen with the OKC shit was the coach.
It was the coach. It was the coach.
Nigga was sitting there chilling. And then I see this nigga Shay with the hood on and shit.
Yes.
Mine
just
at first I didn't know who it was. You like, yo, that's Shay.
The one standing next to us. Who was the one standing next to us? The one standing next to me and JJ in Montclair was Jalen Williams. Just shopping right now.
So mind you, we're like, I start seeing everybody. I'm like, oh, these people are abnormally tall. We round the corner, we go down the escalator. It's like Jalen Williams, another white dude who's super tall, like behind us. Me, AB, and Matt in the middle, and then SGA, the head coach of OKC, on the same escalator. And we're just like, what the fuck is going on?
Like, what the hell is happening?
None of us thought to go like, hey, can we get a picture? We was just like,
bro, I didn't comfort like, of my home, chilling on my couch, bro. I get a call. I get like 3 calls. I'm like, what's up, y'all? This nigga Matt was like, bro, Alan. I'm like, what, bro? He's like, Alan. I'm like, what? He's like, bro, we just met the starting line of OKC. I'm like, wait, what? Like, you saw Shay, Jalen, all of them? He's like, bro, yeah. I'm like, so did y'all get a picture?
Not a picture. And you want to know what's so unspeakable about the fact we didn't get a picture? We seen them on the we seen them in Montclair. We go down the escalator. They're with us. We walk out the door at the same time. We walk down the sidewalk on the streets of Chicago. They're behind us.
We walked all the way down the Mag Mile. At this point, we're at Neiman. So if you don't know, if you're not from Chicago, you don't get it. But like, we're at Neiman, right? We go another like block down Mag Mile. They're still behind us.
We go left and go to Amiri.
I think
Gold Coast.
We kept going further.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We go to Gold Coast and they walk into Amiri.
I'm pretty sure you bought your Amiri jacket the day. I forget because we looked up his name in the car afterwards. There was someone else who was on OKC who was there, and I watched him pick out like a black Amiri jacket, and I was like, yeah, just put that on there. And then the girls helping him like look on the shit. I'm just like,
I want to speak
what the hell? I think that jacket was like 3 bands.
Yes.
I was like,
I was gonna say, I'm gonna speak on that real quick. That NBA money is nuts.
Yeah,
we're in there like shopping, and we're like, you know, this shit expensive.
Yes.
This nigga is walking in here like, yeah, you just grab that and put it on there. Mind you,
he said I'll get it for delivery.
Nigga, it's an away game. I was gonna say it's an away game.
Yes, he's having them ship it back.
They were in Chicago on an away game. This nigga just having a Mary shit just shipped to the nigga. I'm like, this NBA money.
He had to grab like 2-3 items.
Yeah.
Yep. So if the OKC Thunder win this fucking championship,
and I didn't get a picture
just
with
stared at them for 15 minutes combined, I'm gonna lose.
Yeah, losing. I'm gonna cut my legs off.
Become a nugget,
man. Speaking of, and I hope I was gonna say some crazy shit. And I don't think this will happen. I don't want to implicate Kai in anything, but I was gonna say hopefully nobody gets their legs cut off with this shit that's about to happen. I don't know what the streamer university. Yeah, because we had talked. Speaking of shit that you may or may not regret, we talked about it a lot, like whether or not Matt should do it. I don't know if I would have told you to go ahead because I feel like some weird shit might happen. But like, what do you think about the streamer university shit?
So, as a streamer, I almost feel like it's dumb if I don't do it.
Yeah. Is it still possible for you?
I think. Well, it's an application.
Like you gotta submit an application.
Yeah. The thing was though, I'm gonna keep it a bean with you. Like the thing was though, bro, it got like I think it got 7 million applications in an hour or some shit.
Yeah.
Bro, the website crashed.
The website was like down for like.
I was like,
the website was down for like half the day.
I remember seeing like the little trailer he put. I'm like, okay, this is cold. So I went to his like Instagram his story and I clicked it. The shit was not there. Like it kept like freezing and shit. I'm like, whatever.
Do you know how many like 15-year-olds are trying to like get their dreams like made?
Yeah.
They all clicked on that.
And this is the thing. I don't got no issue with streaming university. I think it's amazing. Actually,
That's a cool idea.
It's cool as shit. It's just, I guess personally, I'm still like on the fence on whether I want to do it or not. Realistically,
the Jaam fam. Should Matt go on? Let us know.
Realistically, it's like it's going. You know what I'm saying? It's going. I'm gonna do it regardless. But like, and I probably am not going to make it just because there's that many people. But I think it's also like, I don't know. I feel like you don't want to feel. It's like ego. You don't want to feel like you like leeching or you like something like that. But then again, somebody will be like, well, that's how you get to that point. That's how you do. And I kind of never thought like I never wanted to blow that way or like, you know, motherfuckers. I was talking to y'all about it the other day. I was talking to them. I was like, motherfuckers would be like, like I wish I got raided by Cenat like during stream. Basically, what a raid is for everybody who's watching. What a raid is when a big streamer, like say a Cenat, is like, okay, I want to send all my viewers to Matt's stream or AB stream or something like that. It's called a raid on Twitch, and they'll just send all the viewers, and then the viewers come, they fill in, and they, yo, it's a raid, it's cool. As cool as it may be, bro, I don't want to be in my room chilling with no shirt off, and then 100,000 people hit my shit.
And here's the thing too, it's a lot. It has a lot to do with the algorithm as well, because let's just say you do get raided by a Cenat or somebody of that caliber. It's like, yeah, they rated you. Yeah, they gon' fuck with your stream maybe for like a couple of days, and then after that, you might average a little bit more than you used to. But it's like niggas, oh yeah, I seen you. I came here from the raid.
Yeah, it can blow you. It's not that it can't blow you up, but it's also like you are getting someone else's. Which Cenat doesn't raid people usually ever, but he can. Yeah,
it's a max like 70K.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but. It's more so like it's like that stardom is sometimes it's kind of like
I think with that stardom, right? You gotta look. I don't even look at a perspective of like leeching, because you think about how Kai came up. Kai came up because like Phantom really put him on. So like,
I think it's time to accept it. I think we're kind of like old heads in this shit, in the sense that like none of us like really want to blow up or have like through getting shout outs. Like I can't remember when's the last time like I willingly sent one of my videos to people to be like, yo, check it out. And it's like, it kind of feels that way if you get like a lot of your shit is fueled by like someone like a Cenat rating you, or even if you like blew up off of that shit like the stream universe. I get the mentality behind it, but it's
I definitely think it's arrogant in a sense. I feel like for us, but like I definitely think it's hard for us to be those people, who's like sit down. I saw like hella streamers, they was like sitting down making like their videos to like get in. And I'm like,
somebody made a whole trailer to get in this,
and it's cool, but like I'm like, half of y'all niggas can't post daily. So like, and I'm not trying to hate, but I'm just being like real. It's like I don't know. It's hard for me to be like that when it's like I know how certain things of that nature look and how they come out, and it's like I've never been the type of person to be like, I want to shout out from someone like Kai, or I want like to drop my video or some shit.
It's more so because going back to your point, you were like, we're getting older. I think it's more so as a kid. Like, you're like, oh shit, if they shout me out, like, my shit's gonna blow up. But now that we actually understand when you were talking about the algorithm, bro, just because they shout you out doesn't mean it's not gonna. They still
gotta be there for you. They gotta be there for you first.
Exactly.
It could mean you're gonna blow up. It could mean you're gonna blow up. And you gotta do hella shit you don't wanna do now because you have to continue. Like, it was one of those things, and I don't wanna get too into it. We're already, you know. But one of those things was like, what would you do to entertain 100,000 people, bro? I don't know. It's not that I don't know, because I would be myself, but at the same time, it's like, I kind of gotta feel it, and it's like, if you're subjected to that, you're already niggas gonna start twerking on the bed and jumping on the wall and just doing whatever to try to keep these people entertained. It's like, that's just not me. I'm keeping it being with you. If I'm watching a video and Cenat rated me with 100K, I'm geeked, of course, but like,
You're freaking out.
I'm freaking out, but also I'm like, okay, but I don't want to stop my video.
Like,
what
it
you
would
want me
just
to do? Fuck
it just have to be
also
us.
brings-
Yeah, you
Start
just have to-
fucking
yeah.
clapping it like a monkey or something. Like, I don't know
Last
what you want me
point,
to.
what that does is it brings why people start doing that is because it brings an unrealistic expectation. I think that's a very unrealistic question of how would you entertain 100,000 people? You don't start off entertaining 100,000 people.
Especially
You get accustomed to
Exactly.
entertaining 100,000.
Yeah.
at the point you're like I'm at.
Yeah.
Versus like a random nigga.
And also-
I'm way ahead of a lot of niggas when it comes to like equipment,
Like,
stuff
as
like
far
that
as,
in
like,
my
understanding.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Imagine a random nigga who just got raided by Cenat, bro. He doesn't even have the like bandwidth to
And I feel like too,
maintain 100,000 people.
exactly. And I feel like if they do get rated by a Kai Cenat, it's like they quote unquote turn into Kai Cenat to try to keep those same
That's
people
another
there.
thing.
That's the
And
thing.
it's
That's the
like-
thing is
That's
that, like,
another thing.
you can't,
I'm already black. I already get called Cenat. I already got the fucking two-strand twist. Like
that's one of those things that I don't feel like you. I don't feel like you
yeah.
have to entertain 100,000 people. It's like if you have 100,000 people there in the first place, and you're entertaining to them. So like you shouldn't have to do anything like different. That's why it's kind of like you want to build it yourself. Because like if I get 100,000 people that are fucking with me just being in my room, then that's good. I don't want to have to do like. No, I gotta act someone that I'm not or whatever to try to keep 100,000 people.
Let me bring
then that
these
gets
girls
draining.
on stream. Let me do.
Yeah.
And I be thinking about all that shit, and I be like,
I be thinking about that, and I was.
I'm
Saying,
not about to vent.
I was saying, it's a product.
I'm about to start crying.
I was saying it's a product of us getting older. You know how I peeped that we were getting older is that how old were we when GTA 5 dropped? We were 11 or some shit.
Oh my, nigga, I was.
And
13.
they've been bullshitting with this new video.
I can't
Do you
believe
know?
it.
Do you know?
GTA fucking
GTA 5 came out when we were children. The second trailer has just came out for GTA 6, and I live in my own apartment. I was living at my grandma's house when GTA came out, bro. I live in my apartment. This is ridiculous, you know?
When GTA 5 came out, bro, we was playing on the Xbox at that time. Xbox
3 fucking 60 and
360,
PS3.
Xbox 360 and the PS3, the big ass microwave.
Nigga, I didn't even have
Bro.
one when I didn't even have a
Niggas was playing Xbox bowling on the Connect, bro. That was the era we was in. Nigga, I was playing Modern Warfare 3 with gold camo. That's what I was doing when GTA 5
But
came out.
literally talking
And now we had news originally that GTA 6 was supposed to drop in this fall of 2025.
I was excited as shit, mind you. I just want to put that out there. I was
Yes.
very
Yeah.
fucking excited.
We're all super excited.
At this point, I don't give a fuck. Keep
So,
it.
What happened? Our resident GTA
get
expert.
into the meat and
leg
bones. Got to put the leg up for this. You know what I'm saying? So September 17th, 2013, GTA 5 drops. It's the biggest game that has ever dropped since. Like, let me run through the accolades this game acquired, right? Jesus. GTA 5 has officially broken 7 Guinness World Records. It now holds the titles of the best-selling action adventure video game over 24 hours. It has the best-selling video game in 24 hours, the fastest entertainment property to gross $1 billion, the fastest video game to gross $1 billion, period, the highest grossing video game in 24 hours, and the most viewed trailer in 24 hours of a music video, and I think it was 98 million in 24 hours.
In 24, that's a
That's-
third of the
no, no,
country.
no,
That's a
that's
third
like-
of the country. That's a third.
Okay,
Yes.
keep it a beam. How much money? What YouTube revenue? How much is that? Like 98 million.
No.
98 million views on a what was it? Like a 2-minute trailer.
Yeah.
98 million views on a 2-minute trailer.
Mind you,
Gotta
that's
be
like 100%
somewhere
watch
between-
time.
Yeah,
Yes.
has to be somewhere between like. It's like 17 bands. You can make like 17 bands off a 1 million view video if it's like long. So 2-minute video, I drop it to maybe like 3 bands, 2 bands, something like that.
Times 98.
Times 90. That's
98
like nuts.
million, bro.
You
In
make it
this
like
game-
200, 300, 400, 500
On just the
Yeah,
trailer.
98
Now pay us $99.99 for this shark
Bro.
card.
I ain't heard shit from this game since it came out, and then it had 98 million in 24 hours. Yeah.
So I
Trailer,
said
that's
I
ridiculous.
said about GTA 6, right? That it was supposed to come out in fall. What happened? Because
Yeah, I was
found
gonna
it
say,
past
what
that.
happened?
So we gonna go through the history. We gotta get the history.
Oh yeah, you gotta
down.
get the
Let's get the
context.
history.
Yeah,
Okay.
here.
Context,
Go
get
through
the-
it. Go
so
through
After
it.
2013, it drops for the Xbox 360, PS3. Cool. I'm over there playing it, coming back from school. Yeah, I would have played with my friends. And shit. Cool. All right. PS4 comes out,
Xbox
you
One.
think that they would drop no. They dropped Red Dead Redemption 2, I think in 2018. So 2013, they dropped GTA 5, Red Dead Redemption 2, 2018. Cool. Then they released it. They released GTA 5, I think later on that year or the year after for PS4. Nice, cool. We got PS4 now. We playing GTA 5.
I remember what they did.
PS3. Now we have PS4.
Okay. PS5 comes out.
We're at our third fucking generation.
Third generation, right? We're like, damn, okay, let's talk about this GTA 6 stuff, man. They already, usually the order would be GTA, Red Dead Redemption, GTA, Red Dead Redemption, GTA. We got GTA 5. Again, expanded and enhanced. So when everybody's like, yo, we're getting the expanded and enhanced version of GTA, I'm thinking, oh yeah, we're getting a map expansion, expanded and enhanced, right? No, they dropped the game for PS5 with updated graphics.
By the way, those updated
This-
graphics were bullshit.
Yes.
Yeah, it was bullshit.
Literally, we're playing. Okay, so at this point, most games are like 60 FPS. The fidelity mode for GTA 5 for the PS5 was capped at 30. And if you
Frames per
wanted-
second.
Yeah, frames per second. And then if you wanted to have it smooth at 60, you would have to put it in performance mode. But the graphics would be ass. Like you wouldn't get like the reflections on nothing.
And-
nigga, you stand in front of a mirror, now you're a fucking you're,
The blob.
yeah,
and-
right, exactly.
And
Like,
what year are we in?
oh, we're in 2025.
No, not now. I mean, when this is happening, when they
that
released
happened,
it.
2023.
No,
2022.
we're in 2022 now.
2022. I think that.
So we're 9 years.
And what year are we?
Like,
Because
it's a tale
for
of-
perspective,
Hold on, let
this
me-
shit has been battling. We are like 12 years now into this fucking game.
No, it's-
and you niggas are still figuring out reflection.
I don't think my balls dropped when GTA came out yet. Like,
Yeah.
like real.
Yeah, March 15th, 2022, expanded and enhanced drop.
So mind you, we're
like-
about to graduate high school at this point.
Nut. Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Nut
Literally.
shit.
Okay. So I've been out of high school at this point for like, I graduated 2018.
4 years.
19. Yeah, 4 years. Still waiting for GTA 6. Everybody on YouTube making clickbait. Yo, we got the GTA 6.
Did you
leak.
remember the shit that they did about? They were like the airport doors in GTA 5.
Yes,
a bunch
bro,
of them had
they had the numbers
2013,
on
and then the
them.
other ones had 2021 on them. So they were
Yeah.
like, so it came out in 2020. That means it's gonna come out in 2021.
Nada.
Nigga, 2021.
They purposely did that dumb.
3, 4, 5.
And I think it's so ridiculous, bro, because they would just add like in the meantime of dropping GTA 6, dumbass like Doomsday Heist or like some dumb,
Yeah,
like, the
they
dumb,
would do like
updates
the
they would do.
updates and shit, which kind of held people over for a little bit.
Yeah.
But then I remember it was 2023, the actual GTA 6 like footage of the beta that it got leaked. Like it was like, I want to say 100 hours worth of footage of like pre-beta or whatever.
Oh, I remember what
GTA
you
Yeah, I
talking about.
remember
Yeah,
that,
I
yeah.
remember what you talking
Right.
about.
So now everybody's like, yo, this is crazy. And then Rockstar drops this, they drop this t-shirt in the game, right? That's my character. He old as shit, you feel me? I'm Unk, he Unk, you feel me? So
like
this
Santa.
shirt is basically, it has all of the release dates from Take-Two Interactive on one shirt for like the remainder of the year. So when they drop
What's
this shirt,
Take-Two Interactive?
Yeah.
Take-Two Interactive is the parent company of Rockstar and 2K, WWE. So yeah,
okay.
all of them. Borderlands.
Damn, they
is one
own
them.
all of the.
Yeah. Take
Yeah.
Two, yeah.
God, yeah.
God.
They made the most money off just this game.
Exactly. So when they dropped the shirt, everybody was deciphering it and seeing what the numbers around like the fuck is that shape? A
Logo,
rhombus?
whatever the fuck it is. Yeah,
The rhombus.
It is a
Rhombus.
rhombus or on some
W.
shit.
So all right, yeah, they were seeing what the numbers mean. So if you add up each side, all of them come together and say like, one day we'll reveal all or something. I don't know how these niggas figured it out. They did.
These niggas cracking Morse code.
Yeah, in the military.
Yeah.
Okay, so one date that stood out to everybody.
One day we will be free.
Right.
Fuck. How do you
It
know
was getting that. It was getting that weird though, and it's like Rockstar would. I feel like Rockstar is like the Kendrick Lamar of. The
Oh
gaming
yeah, they be
industry.
trying to.
They be trying to do some
Be
weird
all
shit in game.
mysterious
Yeah,
aura.
exactly.
You're a
Shit.
billion-dollar industry. You're being
Yeah, just drop the
mysterious.
shit. Like we don't need all this mysterious shit.
Why?
So One date that really stuck out is the highlighted one in the yellow, which is 12/05/23. So everybody was like, "Oh shit, this could be the release date of like the GTA 6 trailer because we haven't got something yet." And lo and behold, it was. It was the release date of the trailer 1 for GTA. That motherfucker got 100 million views in one day when they dropped it. It was crazy as hell. These niggas dropped that trailer, went silent. 2 years silent. Nothing.
It was 2 years ago. Wait, what the fuck?
2 years since that drop?
It's been 2 years since the first trailer dropped.
It leaked on December 4th, but the official announcement of the trailer 1 was on the 5th, 2023.
That's crazy. I don't remember that.
Years.
2 fucking years, right?
They were silent.
It's been 2 years?
Yes.
Good God. It's about to be 2
Can you
years
go
in December.
back to the picture? Yep.
That don't even feel right.
So now we're wondering, they dropped this trailer. Everybody is kind of, we're floating on the trailer and the leaks that happened, but Rockstar is scrambling everywhere to get rid of the leaks. So one day after another, all the leaks are disappearing. You can't find them nowhere now. We take a look at this shirt again, right?
What does it say?
They had a conference call, I believe, earlier this year. They had a conference call. And they were saying, oh yeah, GTA 6 is scheduled to release in the fall. They got Borderlands ready to release in the fall. They got, I think Mafia was ready to release in the summer. I'm like, okay, cool. I went back to the shirt. I'm like, there's a lot of dates on here. There's a date right next to the yellow, which is the Borderlands 4 release date. I'm like, okay, cool. Because they announced it, I think, on a, it was a gaming live stream, like, you know how they do like
E3 and shit like that.
Right.
Yeah.
They announced the release date and it matched up. I'm like, okay, cool. So now it's only 1 or 2 dates that could be the trailer 2. And then there's a date somewhere on here that's the release date of GTA 6. Cool. There's one that says April 1st. Nothing happened. They dropped a shirt promo or some shit. The second date, which is, let me look at this date, bro.
These niggas
bullshitting.
Leaving you breadcrumbs.
Bro,
it's been 12 years.
Okay. May 2nd, 2025.
Okay.
May 2nd, 2025. These bitch ass niggas come out with the I'm sorry, we gotta push the game back.
That's
so
insane.
was it you think it was supposed to come out May 2nd?
The trailer,
I think the trailer 2 was supposed to come out May 2nd, and then the game is supposed to release in the fall.
Oh, okay.
So they were supposed to start that promo run up on the 2nd, and they came out with this bullshit statement. Jesus fucking Christ, that shit pissed me off. Nigga, I woke up, my stomach was hurting.
No, because
I'd be sick.
Nigga,
I am sick. No, I am sick.
Because we genuinely thought it was
about?
coming out in the fall, bro. You just push it
a year.
A year back. They came out, they said, hi everyone, Grand Theft Auto 6 is now set to release on May 26, 2026. We are very sorry that this is later than you expected.
So they deliberately pushed it back for whatever reason.
Nobody knows why they pushed it back.
That these niggas, what have you been doing for like, I don't know when production started of GTA 6. It couldn't have started like the same
3 years after GTA 5.
So it's been like a decade.
Okay, can we? I got a question. Can we see the trailer? Because from what I've seen though, it has not looked.
It is not
crazily
substantially
different. So it's like,
I feel like
what have y'all been doing
that
for fucking 15 years?
Yeah.
I didn't even get in the trailer, bro. Like, I saw the trailer and I saw when it came out. I remember he was geeked and he was telling everybody in the group chat about it. And I'm just like, bro, I'm not even excited for this shit because it comes out next year, bro. When it was supposed to come out in the fall.
If anything, I would have rather them drop the trailer closer to like when it dropped.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't understand the purpose of them dropping the trailer. Why would you drop it now and we still gotta wait?
Exactly. So the rest of the statement was like the interest and excitement around a new Grand Theft Auto. Like it was some bullshit.
Basically, I saw something. It was basically like,
sorry, please.
We know
don't
y'all
fuck us
niggas
up.
want this to be good, so we gotta like.
Yes, we do want it to be good, and I'd assume that it would be good enough to release on schedule, considering it's been 10 fucking years.
And you're releasing dates on a fucking shirt when you can just give out statements. What the fuck? It's so simple. These niggas want to be different.
Like
so
now
bad,
that
bro.
like I'm thinking back at it, like that whole shirt, it didn't mean shit. Like bro,
Someone
you're
tried
not
to
gonna stick to the shirt. Why would you even?
Someone in the room was like, "This is about to be one of the biggest video game releases of all time. Let's do some special rollout." And then you niggas punted on the first. You were supposed to start on May 2nd
the first time and then fucked it up the second time.
Do you think because I remember the leak had happened, that big ass leak, do you think that was like a step in it being like delayed? Do you think that was part of it?
Personally, I don't think so, because even after the leak happened, the fucking Strauss Zelnick, I think he's the CEO of Take-Two, and there was a whole bunch of different statements that they put out. Yeah, it's dropping fall 2025, fall 2025, fall 2025.
This is about it. Does
I have literally seen that Fashion Nova.
Okay,
Really?
first,
That's
hold on.
crazy.
Let's look at the trailer first before we get into the screenshots. So, while me and Josh are out of town, randomly on a random Tuesday, hey, here's the GTA 6 trailer too.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
Let's take a look.
This better be the great. Me and Matt have not seen this yet.
Yeah,
This better be the greatest
me
shit
and
I
Jay
ever
haven't seen it.
seen
Let's
if
do
it's a year pushed back. Oh shit. That look like
What are you doing up there?
Just fixing some leaks.
Seriously, dude, you got some time on your hands. I got some properties with paying tenants.
Ford Raptor.
That shit look like real life.
They do.
Checks.
See you, Brian. Love you, Jason.
He's sweaty, nigga.
Sweaty as shit.
Window rolled down. Couldn't do that before.
Slap the shit out that nigga.
For no reason.
Okay.
What? Nigga, was that 3 plates?
Yes.
Yeah.
Holy
Strong as
shit.
hell.
Nigga built.
What has he done?
With no spot?
Yeah.
Something happened.
See you, Caminos. You're supposed to be getting out.
What's your name?
Jason Duval.
So there's two main characters, Jason and Lucia.
I remember they lost their minds over her.
Yep.
Nigga said I'm going.
Real.
Oh, well,
Demonetization.
he called it.
The hell was that?
That was. Yo, look at the water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This place is just a start for us.
It looks so real, bro.
Only thing that matters, you know, and what you got.
I'm going.
I'm going. I'm going.
Yo, that nigga ugly. Damn.
Oh, bro. Damn.
Damn. What? She kickbox too? Yo. This looks
Vice
kind of
City.
crazy, you know. Oh shit, Ammunition's about to be crazy.
Niggas got jobs and shit.
Through the Everglades? They just always jumping on each other. That's been multiple scenes. Yo.
Absolute cinema.
Cinema.
That
They dropped that trailer.
I don't know what I was expecting.
Let me be real. If you can't buy a mansion and go into like 90% of the stores loaded into this map, it's a waste.
Yeah.
Everything that I just saw
I
is
was gonna say I think it's more so like that was cool.
Yeah.
But it's just GTA.
It looks like
5.
it looks
That's
like
all it is.
you know what it looks a little bit more
But
glossy.
if you can do more shit, that's where it will be
the
different.
fucked
And
up
here's,
thing.
yeah, go
The
ahead.
fucked up thing is what's gonna happen is I feel like regardless when we get this game,
not
our
gonna be
minds are gonna be
disappointed.
blown
Yeah.
away because of
Oh, yeah?
bro, we've
Yeah.
been waiting too long.
Yeah,
Like
we've been waiting
I
for
think
a
we're
year.
gonna be blown away, but it's not gonna how like we thought it would be.
Like the
because we've been
excitement.
waiting for a whole decade. It's like
Exactly.
bro, like at that point it's
Yeah, if I get that game and play it like one time and then like break from it for a week, I'm gonna like lose.
Yeah.
I'm gonna like throw the station out the window because there's no way in hell it's been. I don't know. It does look like a higher resolution like GTA 5.
I
but,
get
like,
what you're saying. When I get on that game,
I better be
like
addicted
we
to
better
play.
be on that game for like a month straight. Like,
Yeah, like
And here's one thing that I realized too. Let's take a quick look at some of the screenshots. I don't y'all can't see it like where we are right now. So they got a new Charger police car, whatever. The details in these screenshots, my nigga.
yeah.
The
I did see like
hair.
the zoom in. It was like some shit.
They have so much detail in this shit. Like they got the cellulite right.
Yeah, I'm
crazy.
going.
They
Yeah,
have
but-
already,
Oh,
because if you keep in mind, if you think about it, even in like GTA 5, there was like one woman body type.
Yeah.
Yes,
what?
Yeah.
literally.
And like, and then like
Now it's like
NPCs had like
gonna
slightly different ones.
Look, it was an epidemic when we was younger that the niggas would go to the strip club and shit. Niggas are going to lose their lives.
Oh my god,
It's gonna be like
Mine, bro.
interactive or some
yeah,
shit.
no, nah, when they get a hold of, oh no,
This is like
VR.
this is the shit that causes Blade Runner. Yeah.
Oh
It's
my
real.
God.
It's that Blade Runner
Let's
shit.
go to
bro.
the second
Going back
one.
to what you were saying with the physics, I don't even know if you put this screenshot in here, but I saw this one thing on Instagram. It was when they had the beer, and you could literally see the fizz in the
You can
beer. I
see
was
the
like,
fizz,
man.
like it's completely.
I was like,
different
a decade
mechanics.
for fizz and
You can
beer.
get
Wow.
fucking. You can get like
Them locks
bro,
look real as hell.
Yes, the black.
Better than the other one.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
black
Price
hairs,
and
the
heavy.
black hair that they like, bro. They got that shit on point.
Yeah, the chains. I ain't
The
even
chains, yup. You
Chains
can
are
get
crazy.
grills now. Everything.
Grills.
to
That's gonna be
watch.
crazy.
Oh my god. I can't wait till you get to go like clothes shopping, whatever, and online. I did miss doing
Yeah.
that. That was so fun.
Now I'm excited. Now I'm excited.
Bro, we would do as kids, we would do like these shopping spree videos because we couldn't do it
Yeah.
in real life because we were eating toast and bread. But so we go
real.
to GTA and record like a cinematic, like a day in a life, and we'd go like blow a bag at like the store, bro. That shit was so
Man.
fun.
I got Dan of Life on my YouTube.
Had
but, like, Dan of Life
preset outfits and shit.
Yeah.
Man.
God.
That's cold.
I remember that
Hats,
shit.
hats,
I remember we was wearing like
What the
my
fuck is
God.
that?
What is
That's
that?
That's
Oh,
part of the
man.
map.
Nigga, that shit look
that's
like
so
Jurassic
hard.
Park.
They look like the Grand
You know what it
Canyon
look like?
with
What's
greenery.
that game you and Kyle used to play? It reminded me of kind of like the
Oh, Ark?
yeah, it
Ark. Yeah. Ark Survival. Yeah.
Oh no,
Yeah, bro.
I don't know.
that long,
You got a fucking, you got a panther on the side over there. You got some like
What is
eagles.
the animal?
Oh, is that? Oh yeah, I see it right there. It's like it's hard to see.
I'm about to eat
Yeah,
mine.
they got
They got a
everything.
I
panther.
think I need glasses.
Oh shit. He's out there.
Yeah.
Glasses.
They
That's the
released-
last one.
Yeah, that's the last one.
Yeah,
but
then-
they released like at least 30 to 40 different screenshots. It's like a separate link that they put at the bottom of the trailer, and it's like it's like a booklet. It shows you different characters and what they're about. There's a fucking rapper record label in there. There's two.
They say you can make your own. Not you can make
They
it. But
have
you
like
said
the
it's
FL Studios shit in it, like
I heard
in the
you say
game.
that.
they have it's like a parody of the City Girls. They got that in there.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
that's-
bro.
you got
It's
to because
crazy.
Miami. That's
That's
gonna be
gonna
be
that's gonna be insane.
I would have been
Oh.
10 times more excited if it was dropping fall.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, and I feel like that
exactly.
led
I
to
didn't-
like a lot of disappointment. But I mean, it remains to be seen what they're gonna do. It's gonna get very heavy very quickly, actually, because there was
Rockstar.
another. Oh yeah, wait, go ahead.
Rockstar, you listen to me very closely.
Stern
If you go ghost again, I will personally find your headquarters, and we don't have to talk about it.
Yep.
Do not go ghost. Please.
We're gonna talk about it. That's it. They're
talk
gonna
about
find us.
Please
don't
send a
Exclusive content Patreon.
I was gonna say, in hopes that we don't get disappointed, because I experienced that yesterday when I was on my way back. Me and AB were about to go get on planes, come back and everything, and we're sitting in this lobby of this hotel, and he shows me his phone, and he's like, "Yo,
Check your phone.
no way." He's like, "Check your phone." And I'm like, I couldn't tell you what Alan. I couldn't tell you what the fuck he was about to show me. And he turns the phone around and it says that Tyre Nichols, who was an unarmed black man, he was killed 2023. He was beat up by
his dad, right?
I met his dad at the DNC in Chicago. I have a
Jesus.
picture with him on my Instagram. I didn't get like his Instagram or anything. I didn't even like, he doesn't have a tag. So if you know, you know. Most people like seen that picture and probably was just like, oh, it's him with a random person. No, that's Tyre Nichols' dad.
Yeah.
And we talked briefly about the stuff that was going on, and he had a very positive outlook towards like the outcome of the trial going into it. And I didn't hear nothing about it until you updated me with it. There were 5 officers that beat Tyre Nichols. He succumbed to his injuries like 3 days after, and 2 of them pled guilty and then testified against the other officers and everything. 3 of them were maintaining their innocence, and they all were found not guilty of all state charges in the death of Tyre Nichols. And no,
How? Please tell me how. Because I hope we watch the same.
Yeah,
Yes.
we all
I
watched the
remember-
same video.
that's like, you told me. And I was like, what? Because it happened a couple years ago, and I forgot the name. I didn't forget the situation.
Yeah.
And he had told me the name. He was like, oh, well, this happened. I remember like my OG at the time showing me kind of the video of it happen. I'm like, bro, like this man wasn't doing nothing on his loan, got beat to death. Bro.
Yeah. And so I remember watching the footage, and there's layers to it, because the shit that's happening, it doesn't make sense to me. So my initial question was, like you said, how? What am I missing here? We all saw, or I'm pretty sure most of you have seen the footage. There was a traffic stop. I don't remember if he was like running away from the police or anything at first, but they box in his car. They get out. They immediately pull him out of the car and like start beating him and like pepper spraying him. And like they had the taser on. It's like they taser him too. He's on the ground. They're like, get on the ground. He's like, I am. Like, y'all are doing too much right now. They tase him. They pepper spray him, whatever. And then that led to him getting up and running away, because he's like, what the fuck? Like, these people are jumping me. They run. They catch up with him. They beat him some more. And then they beat him super badly. He ended up succumbing to his injuries. And then in the trial, the officers were charged with second-degree murder, aggravated assault, and aggravated kidnapping, and official misconduct and official oppression. They were found not guilty on all of these, apparently.
What?
And
How?
there was
Like,
so
How do you watch someone get the badge?
So what I've seen, the defense attorneys mainly were trying to have one officer, Martin, who was the one who testified against the other officers. They were basically trying to have him take the blame for the whole thing, where they were like, because he was the main one like doing like some punching and kicking according to the footage or whatever, even though they were all doing it. But they were like, yeah, he mainly took part in it. So they were basically just trying to point at the actions that he did. But the problem is, as a cop, you're supposed to have a duty to intervene. And he was saying, as he was testifying against his other officers, he was saying, yeah, I had a duty to intervene. I didn't do it, blah, blah, blah. Like, because he took a plea deal, I'm pretty sure, and was cooperating with the government when they were prosecuting. But apparently no other officer can get held to that same standard when it comes to the duty to intervene and render medical attention after they were beating him. So they both sides had their use of force experts, where one side was saying, oh, this fell within the police department policy, which that was actually their defense. Part of it was that, yeah, a lot of this
fall in between.
No, it fell into their department policy. What took place there? Mind you, they were like laughing.
So
and like
pepper spraying, beating the shit out this man, jumping him. Yeah, that's all in your policy.
That's Memphis Police Department policy, right? That's funny that they said that, and we'll get into that later. But Mills, who was one of the cops who testified against the other cops, was saying that he regrets his failure to stop the beating, which led to Nichols' his death from blunt force trauma, which has ended up what like killed him. And they were also trying to say that like, hey, he was also resisting, which this wouldn't have happened had he not been resisting.
I'm so tired of hearing that bullshit, bro. Resisting, nigga. If I'm getting hit in my fucking like, it's so easy for niggas, and especially like it be the racist white niggas and the other people, the right in general, will always get, oh well, if you're cooperative, if you're resisting.
What happened before?
There are so many times that we have seen people be cooperative and they still do not deserve to die.
Yes.
Fuck all that though. Like even if you're not, these are the same niggas that be in like school and shit like that, or like in like work or some shit, and they get told to like wash a dish or do an assignment, and they have rebuttal or some shit to say. So imagine if your teacher got up, you was like, yeah, sorry, I ain't do the homework today, or like, yeah, like, hey, I need like extra time on my shit. Okay, cool. Or your boss, right? Let's just say boss. Say your boss was like, hey, did you give me that report? Or you were like, hey, nah, I need a little bit of extra time to do X, Y, Z. And then nigga just starts beating the fucking dog shit out of you.
And then we're talking.
And then in your defense, like in your defense, people are coming to your defense or something like that. And then the other side is like, well, nah, you should have had that homework done. You should have had that report.
What were you saying?
I was saying, like, they'll say just cooperate, right? And don't resist. He got jumped. It takes officers, multiple officers to jump you.
Yes.
kill you, and people are still saying, "Well,
And you wanna know-
okay, so
and you-
resist what though? If it's a traffic stop, like let's say if it's a traffic stop, which it happens all the fucking time. If it's a traffic stop, the second I'm in, me personally, I get in a traffic stop as a black man, I understand like, oh shit. All right, I'm in a traffic stop. He comes into my shit. I got my hands on the steering wheel. Like, nigga, I'm not moving off the steering wheel. You got me. How you doing, officer, etc. If you come up to my car and yank me out the car, you're bullshitting.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
bullshitting.
I feel like that I made a video about it because I was analyzing The Hate You Give and the scene where, if you haven't seen the movie, I'm about to spoil it. I don't know how you haven't seen. If you haven't seen The Hate You Give, you haven't seen the movie. It's basically centered around a police shooting.
Yeah, I
and
know.
right when the shooting happens or whatever, I remember I had made a video a while ago where I went in the comments and everyone was like, he should have just complied. And I made a video where he complied at every step. Yeah, he had something to say about it. He was like, oh damn, why are you telling me to turn my music down? Which the cop can't do that.
Yeah.
Cop can't tell you to turn your music down in your own car, especially when it wasn't even that loud and he could hear, bro. So yeah, you probably should have some problem. And the nigga was getting racially profiled the entire time. But he did everything, and because he grabbed the brush, at the end of the day, everything that happened was Khalil's fault, was the name of the person in the movie. And I
watched the video.
I pointed that out because I'm like, the thing is, the same people that say just comply are the same people who a nigga could do anything and it will still be their fault at the end of the day.
Yeah.
The cop was racially profiling, giving illegal orders,
Yeah.
all types of bullshit, not
Niggas
being
don't talk
upfront.
about the illegal orders. That
Yes.
happens all the time.
That happens all
That
the
happens
fucking
all
time
the
because
time.
oftentimes these same police officers don't have as broad of a view of the law that they're supposed to be enforcing.
Why?
That's
Because
not
it's
what they're
easy
fucking.
as shit to get into fucking
Exactly.
policing at this point. There's no repercussions or even like long-winded
Long-term,
long-term like
Adding on
process
to
to
what
get
he was
into.
saying, like you'll just say comply, but I don't think people realize when you're just saying comply, you're blindly like
You're
enforcing
assuming-
a hierarchy. Like
You're assuming that the
saying,
police
I
is
can't
doing
question
everything
this
right.
person
Yeah.
As soon as I
because
get
this
pulled over,
person's above me, so they're right every single
Exactly.
Which,
time.
mind you, they're supposed to serve you. They're supposed to
Exactly.
protect
Right.
and
Exactly.
serve.
as soon
So
as I
what do
get
you
pulled
mean?
over,
And if
you
I'm
want me to
getting-
fucking
Yes, sir.
And if I'm getting
Yes,
pulled
master.
over
Yep.
for a traffic violation, keep it a bean with you. Like, I'm gonna keep it a bean, right? And I don't give a fuck. I was gonna say I'm not trying to incriminate myself. I can give a fuck. I'm gonna keep it a bean with you. If I'm speeding, I know I'm speeding. Give me my fucking ticket and let me get the fuck on.
Yeah.
It's that.
Yeah.
I don't need to overly respect you. I don't need to overly because why?
So
We have seen
Why?
we have
You're here
seen the
to enforce the law. You're not my enforcer.
before
That's what it is.
before you
Right.
continue, let me get
Yeah.
some more of these details out. So when it comes to the defense, right, and this is all going to get peeled back, at least in my opinion, it started getting shaky because I was reading this article trying to figure out why. And in the closing arguments, there were a couple things that were mentioned. First, they said, well, first of all, again, he was unarmed. There was no weapon recovered. The other thing that one of the things that they tried to say besides him not complying, they tried to say that there were credit and debit cards that did not belong to Tyre Nichols found in the car. So the defense lawyers were saying that fatal beating wouldn't have happened if he just allowed himself to be handcuffed. And the reason why he was running is because of those cards, which we have no fucking evidence or proof of that at all. The second thing that they also said was that they found some drug in his car, like a hallucinogenic drug or whatever. And they said the defense for the police officers suggested that Nichols was on drugs, giving him the strength to fight off
Right.
5 strong officers.
of course.
Mind you, he didn't fight off anybody in that
Like, what are
fucking
we talking
place.
about?
But he said given the strength to fight off 5 strong officers.
Fight
It was some
off.
mushroom.
Okay.
They said it was some mushrooms
Wow.
containing
Off
hallucinogenic thing.
shrooms?
Yes, off shrooms, right? You want to know
As niggas never
Yeah,
took shrooms?
You want to know what's so funny?
Nigga, fight off. Fight.
You want to know what's so funny about that as well? You fuck
5 fucking dilly balls. That's what that nigga saw.
you pop
in that moment.
Say
Fucking fight off.
say you don't
Talking
know
about?
because I've never so say you don't know the effect of shrooms, right? The fucking funny part is they did a toxicology report on him and they showed that he only had alcohol and a small amount of weed in his system.
Fuck out of here.
What are we talking about?
Bro,
What
they
the-
be trying they try to grasp at this bullshit. Of course. 5 fucking police officers beat the shit out of a man, and of course,
Yes.
well, we found something in his car. Nigga, how we know you ain't put the
We
shit
found
in
some
his car?
cards, so yeah, we get to jump them, right?
So
So we get to kill
right?
the nigga.
Okay.
What?
So So the thing that pissed me off about everything, right, is because I'm hearing all these reasons, and I'm like, okay, it still doesn't explain how the fuck these people have gotten acquitted. But I'm like, all right, cool. Say that that's the evidence that you're going to provide. Then I got to the end of the article and I realized that they were like, the prosecution was casting doubt on like the case that was made by the officers. And I'm like, why? The Department of Justice in December did a 17-month investigation into the Memphis police department, which is the police department of the officers that killed Tyre Nichols. And that report found that the Memphis Police Department uses excessive force and discriminates against black people. This was an investigation conducted in 2020 after the death of Tyre Nichols in 2023. The report ended up saying that Memphis police officers regularly violate the rights of people that they are sworn to serve. It
wasn't their first offense.
It wasn't their first offense. There was multiple instances, and we'll get into what actually happened between in the footage that ended up happening, because you can see that they're like super aggressive for no fucking reason.
Immediately,
all the time.
off the jump. Yeah, immediately. And there was a specific instance that they had brought up that I'm trying to. They said, in this investigation that they conducted, they found an instance where officers pepper sprayed, kicked, and fired a taser at an unarmed man with a mental illness who tried to take a $2 soda from a gas station. By the end of the encounter outside the gas station, at least 9 police cars and 12 officers had responded to the incident, for which the man ended up serving 2 days in jail for theft and disorderly conduct.
So you mean to tell me you couldn't just stop this man? Hey,
they shot him with a taser. They pepper sprayed him for a $2 soda can.
For $2.
And the punishment that he ended up facing, he wasn't waving the blick in the air, threatening the whole police department, because they put him in jail for 2 days because it was a minor infraction. Bro. And 9 squad cars are there.
Bro.
This is indicative of a police department that's responding proportionally.
These are the people that's supposed to serve.
I'm watching this footage where they're like, I'll get into it. I'm watching this footage where they're like, oh, give me your hands. Oh, I'm finna tase your ass. I'm gonna beat the fuck out of you. Da-da-da. They're like getting a kick out of this shit. Mind you.
I remember when they finished and the niggas on the ground, these niggas was like, good shit, man. Good. And I'm like,
good shit?
Gang.
Over $2, good shit.
Yes. Mind you. So this is the police department we're talking about. Same police department that has beat people and abused people over a $2 soda can. The 3 officers that just got acquitted on the state charges were convicted, I believe, in December of federal charges when it came to witness tampering and violating civil rights.
So these niggas are...
They will serve time in jail already. They will serve time in jail because they were found guilty and convicted of witness tampering in this exact same fucking case, because they were allegedly, not even allegedly, they were found guilty of trying to cover up the fucking instance to how they, the extent to which they abused.
Weak ass niggas.
And
mind you, these are, I want everybody to know this as well.
These are African American.
These are African American men.
I'm gonna conclude with that conversation. This African American men. I remember the Coons came out the woodwork. Jeff Mead and them came out the woodwork. It was like, why don't y'all have the same energy? As though Tyre Nichols wasn't a national fucking story that sparked uproar and protests when it happened. Because the officers are black, y'all don't got that same energy. The race of the officers does not fucking matter.
It's policing.
We've been talking about policing like forever. Like,
when has it ever been? We need white police reform. No.
Police reform.
And I feel like that's so dumb, because I remember JJ will always tell me, like, because I'll see a lot of things like on TikTok or like anything on social media, and I'll tell him, and I'm like, and he'll be like, well, that's not realistic because that's only on one side that you're seeing on your algorithm. Jeff Mead, don't be like all black people aren't fighting for this because your coon ass don't have that on
exactly.
Weak ass
because
nigga.
you already don't even support
your
that.
shitty ass.
So don't put that perspective and be like, no black people not on this.
You know what?
We all support this shit.
We really gotta study like the shitty content to right wing pipeline.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
Oh no.
I've went down his page before.
So.
We gotta drop a whole podcast.
And a lot of them are just like that, where they'll start off with the shitty content and they'll spiral into that through being anti-black and being self-hating. Exactly. And the shit that pissed me off about it is that we're talking about this police department. We're talking about all these instances of corruption. Mind you, during this instance, right? I'm not gonna show I didn't put in the body cam footage because it is graphic. But during this instance, I'm watching what's taking place, and I remember reading an article about it because it was crazy. They issued Tyre Nichols 71 commands in 13 minutes, and a bunch of them were contradictory. There's an instance where they're trying to get him on his like back. They keep telling him to like lay on your stomach, da da da. And the dude's and they said that this was part of department policy, the wrist locks or whatever they were doing. He was on the ground, and one of them were standing on his fucking wrist so that he couldn't get away, and they're all screaming at him to roll on his stomach.
So now
he can't fucking move. So then he's not complying, and he's like, oh, like they're screaming at him. Now he's resisting, and then they tased him. They tased him after that, and then when they chase him down or whatever, they're like beating him. They're punching him. They're like,
but why did he run, JJ? This nigga's fearing for his fucking life.
You want to know where he ran? He ran. He died. He ended up like he died a few days later, but the chase ended up ending a few steps away from his mom's house. He was running home because he was like basically home already, and while he was getting beat, he was calling for his mom. Mind you, this is a 29-year-old man as well. Do you know what like state of fear you have to get a person in, especially a man, given like what's reinforced with men in this society? You know what stage of fear you have to get a grown ass man to at 29 to be screaming for your mom?
Bro, that's horrible, bro.
And you're giving this person a bunch of commands. They're supposed to be, I'm pretty sure the precedent is supposed to be like at these stops, there's supposed to be one officer that's clearly giving demands, giving orders and everything. It's 5 of y'all, and y'all are all threatening him. There was an instance where they walked back around after they had already got done punching him and everything, and he's like, I'm a pepper spray your ass. Mind you, he's in handcuffs at this point, and they pepper spray him anyway. This was nothing else besides like a modern day lynching.
Yeah.
This was, I remember they said it was like there's a practice within police departments called like the run tax or whatever, where you're more likely to get your ass beat because you ran. If you have to subdue somebody and they're like really fighting you and they ran away or whatever, cool. The moment they're on the ground already, they're in handcuffs. They're like, yeah, all right. He says, all right, like a billion times throughout the course of the footage. Cause he's like, y'all are like doing a lot.
Going too fucking much.
And y'all kept going.
Y'all kept going. It's the thing you just said. You're more likely to get your ass beat if you run. Nigga, it's one person, and y'all know he's unarmed. Y'all know that it's one person. Yeah. No one can justify.
You know what they said? They tried to say they also
bitch ass
the story keeps not adding up because they even said in the trial as one of their defense, they were like, oh well, the cops had no idea how much danger they were in because they didn't know. He wasn't searched before they ran. You want to know why he wasn't searched before they ran? Because y'all dragged him out the fucking car and started beating his ass. Y'all had the opportunity to search him right there.
Cops are so pussy, bro. Let me tell you what I've never understood about this shit, right? And this is why I respect. This is why I would never go to the Marines or the military or like the military in general, right? But I respect people that do, and I respect them because like in a sense, like you getting in that field, you understand what that is, right? The thing about cops, and not all cops, of course, right? And I'm not to create the entire generalization because not all cops are bad, right? But the thing about so many, like some cops that I see, right? I feel like they get into police and they get into the shit for one thing, and it's the power. It's because, to put it bluntly, you're a bitch ass nigga. You're a bitch ass nigga, a soft ass nigga, a weak ass nigga, a sorry ass nigga. And the thing that never understood how to navigate life without those things, without needing to be fucking some controlling, powerful.
Yeah, you want to play soldier with none of the accountability of a soldier.
Exactly. You want to play soldier without the accountability of actually going through the trouble of being a soldier. So you become a cop and you get to wave a gun around and you think you hot shit. That's what those bitch ass niggas
and when people talk about cops, because regardless of whether or not an individual cop is a good or bad person, that's the thing. The tribalistic mindset, because they've convinced cops that you're the only thing standing between this society and complete anarchy. While y'all have like a less than 50% case solve rate because you don't even have the fucking resources. You are not the only thing standing between us and anarchy. You are not. There's instances of community policing that have been tried for decades where cops are not super militarized. But you think that more militarization, more weapons, more everything for the police is actually going to stop something. At maximum, what you're going to do is get a slightly fast responding time because 97% of police jobs are in traffic citations.
You got to really think about
y'all are not soldiers cooking in the door. Y'all are not stopping crime before it happens. That's never been a capability of the police.
And then
Bitch ass niggas think they Batman.
Right.
Like,
bullshit,
Jade.
because it's like you're putting them on such a pedestal. How do you even think in the sense of like a police officer is looking at you, they pulled you over, they looking at you like you equals? No, that nigga's looking at you like, oh, I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna do.
He looking down
because
at you. I
at
get
the
what you're
end,
saying,
they're looking down at you because at the end of the day, society has placed this perception of they're
Yeah, they're the arbiters of the law.
Superman.
Yeah,
literally.
Mind you, they a lot of the times don't even understand the fucking
and they're
law.
like, what the
Exactly.
fuck? And on top of it, like, we're not even talking about the real shit. We talk about the cases of like, oh, they were writing this, or like, the bullshit with it. But I think systems should be in place for these officers that are not
Exactly.
Repercussions,
Bro,
bro.
not only
Repercussions.
that, like, I think the standard of trying to become a police officer should probably be more hard.
It should be. This
I
is
think-
what I'm
I
talking
think
about.
we should reinforce
getting it-
things for mental health for these
Yes,
officers. bro,
let's
because
talk.
the shit
So
they see on a
when
daily
we
basis,
say
bro, is fucked.
policing, when we say policing is the problem, is that policing is not. You are so right with everything you just said.
Real spill.
We're not
You just hit
talking
the
about
nail
every
on the
time we're debating on how many more billions of dollars are going to get more firearms, to get better tasers and everything. No, 97% of these people's jobs involved non-violent calls and people in traffic. So not everyone needs to be walking around with a gun on them. Something needs to be designated to handling mental health crises, because people with guns should not be trying to handle people with mental health crises.
Exactly.
We need to focus more on community policing, where the community actually has an input on what's going on to the police department, and we need to make them more accountable to the people, so they're not just tribalistic, assuming that like, hey, we need to have all these provisions in place that even if we violate your constitutional rights, we can get off scot-free. There's so many different ways. To assume that our policing system is good, okay, or fixed right now is bullshit.
It's bullshit, bro.
It's just bullshit. And a lot of it is still remnants from the 70s, 80s, 90s, like the drug war era, where we just decided that every local police needs to be walking around like a fucking juggernaut.
Bro, and
To go save a cat from a tree. Shut your like
Niggas is pussy.
like bro.
niggas
I'm
y'all
calling,
pussy.
Mind
I'm
you,
calling the
no
police
be-all, man.
to get some reasoning. Like, let's just say, for example, fucking Stacy and Ben having an argument. Why are you coming up there with your hand on your?
Eight
Yeah. Gun,
eight
bro.
cops or some like.
Bro, and I
I
don't
get
care,
stopped
don't
by a
do-
cop or some shit, and it
And now
be
4 or 5
4 or 5 nigga that one time.
I
we
got
at
pulled
this
over.
nigga's- Oh yeah, no, I remember you got pulled over.
I was on the way to the store. I was getting me and him were planning like a double date for our girls at the time. So I was on the way to the store getting her like some menstrual products or whatever. So I was speeding a little bit, and I was speeding. I get pulled over, and the cop comes through. I'm like, cool. Then a second cop pulls up behind him. Then a third cop pulls in front of me into the parking lot and just waits there just in case I drive off, because I'm in a Charger. It's not a Hellcat, mind you, but I'm in a Charger. The only reason why the cop was cool with me is because he looked at my ID and it turned out we had the same birthday.
Wow.
No.
So he was like,
deep
yeah.
that though.
Wow.
Deep that could have been the exact like opposite situation.
Yeah.
bro.
Just one fact like that. Boom.
And
His
that's what
birthday.
makes motherfuckers terrified.
Imagine
bro.
you just would have
I'm a
walked
kid.
up. Imagine you just would have walked up on the nigga and yanked the nigga out the car. Now you don't know if it's y'all got the same birthday or not.
at all, because you're not.
That's
You
how
have
it
no
happened.
idea, bro. I remember being, and this is why like hearing a lot of shit on like policing frustrates me a lot. And I hear a lot of people say dumb shit because I remember growing up and how much shit was around that area with just horrible cops, bro. I remember being in the crib. It's a school day. I'm asleep. I'm hearing banging on the door. They bust my door open. It's 2 fucking cops. They got guns in my face, lights in my face. They like, and then my mom screaming. He's like, he's just a kid. Like, he ain't doing nothing. And they have guns to my fucking face off the wake up. I'm like, what's happening? Bro, they arrest my OG for some she didn't even do. Put her in the back of the car. They realized halfway on the ride that she did nothing and they dropped her off mid, like, highway.
Bullshit.
Yeah, they dropped her off mid highway.
Mid-highway.
She had to go back to work and I had to go to school. Normal day in Heights. Yes.
Bullshit.
And you have to continue.
And you have to
You just
continue.
gotta continue.
And then someone in the comments will be like, "Oh, well, this and that." But bro, you
Mind
don't
you,
understand
this
these
body cam
people
footage, you
fuck,
can
bro.
hear one of the cops say, "I hope they stomp his ass." After like he tried to leave the scene.
Innocent. You're bullshitting, bro.
If that's not indicative of a massive failure in the institution of policing in this
Terrible
country,
ass.
nothing else
You need to
can be.
realize,
Terrible.
bro.
If
If
What
you
the
don't realize
fuck are
there's
we
not a
doing?
hierarchy off
Niggas.
that, you're stupid.
Like this shit.
No,
it
you're
was
you're stupid. or you're white.
You're willfully like ignorant. Like there's a lot of shit you have. This is not the only thing. Go look up the Department of Justice investigation into the Minneapolis Police Department.
Yeah.
The one that killed
Looking
George
at that
Floyd.
one.
Looking at that one.
Shit.
Read off the. It's not just the Biden administration would being liberal. Read off the word for word examples submitted by
Multiple
police.
fucking examples of like,
And then
nuts
and
shit
also
happening
look
in that
up because they
department.
brought in this investigation how many times that the written statement by the police does not actually match what happened in the body cam footage. This corruption in policing is systemic.
Because then they think
Yeah.
it's some like gang. It's a gang, bro.
Yeah.
They think it's some
Especially
like
the
clique.
motherfuckers in New York.
Bro.
Yeah.
Them New York
they be
motherfuckers is
moving
wicked.
wild.
Yes.
They think
And
it's a clique or some shit. They
Yeah.
think it's it is a clique within.
Hello,
the shit.
Eric Adams.
No, real spill, right? It's a clique, and I think it'd be so funny when they go after like Chicago gangs or like shit. Because I'm like, y'all niggas do the same
Yeah,
shit.
that's
It's-
how you're
funny as
taught
hell.
to function.
Yeah,
But it's so much worse because they know they have a safety net.
'Cause now
Yeah,
they
yeah.
think
They
do
know they can
anything
get
to
away with
anyone.
this
That's
shit.
the
Exactly.
problem, bro.
Yep.
And that's where the hierarchy
And
lives. So
any
no one
in
pays
any
attention
in
to
any
that, bro.
system
It's
that's
that
gonna
dumb
allow that to happen will lead to abuses of power. That's why
Yeah.
you need to be able to hold them accountable.
And if you are a cop, and if you are the good one or whatever the fuck it is, and you're watching them same niggas in your department do nut shit, you're just as bad as them
Yep.
niggas. Real
That's
shit.
what it-
Shut
that
the
is.
fuck up,
Bro,
You
we
just
all of
sitting
y'all some
by,
bitch
bro,
niggas.
you sitting by playing pussy while these niggas is fucking everything up.
Yeah.
You're not saying nothing, bro.
Yeah, you sitting there.
just like them.
Making 50 fucking thousand a year.
as though they care about you.
What you care about?
Like, man,
Give a nigga a gun and 50,000.
It's
Bullshit.
It's,
Nigga think he the president's fucking keeper.
Right.
It's
Think he a
it's
Secret Service
disappointing.
Niggas don't know your weak ass. Bro.
Right.
It's disappointing. It's jarring. I feel horrible for the family of Tyre
Condolences to the
Nichols.
family. Yeah.
Of having to like see that and having to watch that footage and then have someone get off on a technicality on
Make
some
me
bullshit.
fucking sick,
with
bro.
some bullshit ass he was on drugs when the toxicology report is like no, he was the same thing with George Floyd as well.
Same thing with George.
We
Floyd.
just it's
fucking
always
lying.
their fault.
Just lying.
It's always
Yeah, it's always
Our
the victim's fault.
It's always a victim
Type shit.
And
Is there
Put a knee on your neck.
do you think there's a way for them to like revert that shit?
appeal it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I would need to look at it. I'm pretty sure they could appeal.
Definitely.
But
They
yeah, they
need to
just
appeal
that
that
verdict
shit,
was just
but
handed
ain't
out
no
like
fucking way.
yesterday.
Nuts.
Oh, the jury was all white. I forgot to mention that.
Oh.
I was wondering when you were gonna mention that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jury was all white. Yeah.
You know what's so scary? When you told me that was
Yeah.
so scary is
fucking
because what statement does that make now for the next person who does that? There's genuinely after this.
I'm gonna
if
say,
they go,
I'm gonna
there's
say,
no
fuck the
safety net at
specifics
all.
of whatever thing someone might have said something. Maybe it's in department. The fact that they argued it was in department policy shows you everything. But
Exactly.
fuck all that. You're telling me that now 5 cops can pull a nigga out the car who's unarmed, beat them senseless, give them conflicting orders that's impossible to follow, and that leads to them dying and they can get off. What precedent does that set?
Whole police department
That-
finna be on bullshit now.
Yep.
And they already were.
Bunch of bitches.
It's jarring. It's heavy. And it's disappointing.
It makes me so mad. 'Cause I wanna.
Yeah, and every time I do this, we could just talk about it for 5 hours.
glad we could.
But I was gonna say that it's a disappointing situation. And hopefully on a lighter note. Nah, 'cause
Nope,
it was
it's not
still
a lighter
kind of
note.
disappointing.
Nope.
It's not
It
a
is a
lighter
lighter note, but it was still kind of disappointing. The other day, we ended up seeing Thunderbolts, right? And we understand that y'all love this movie, and the movie was not horrible in my opinion. However, I'm gonna let Matt. I'm gonna let Matt take it away because you got some strong.
That was the worst movie. All right. So
Here's the thing, guys.
redacted, right? so I was saying a lot of strong feelings about it, and I feel the way, right? This is the thing. So the movie Thunderbolts has dropped, right? Basically, if you don't know what Thunderbolts is, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, Thunderbolts is a Marvel movie that just dropped. Is I would say the closest things we have gotten to an Avengers. So close
In fact,
that these dumbass niggas named it the New Avengers. So they had the asterisk like by the Thunderbolts so they could like rip it off and they're the New Avengers. Let me tell you where we went wrong. First of all, shout out my nigga Stan Lee. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
My nigga,
shout out
my god.
Stan
That's
Lee.
really where we fucking went wrong.
Yeah.
But first of all, so let's talk accolades first, right? So Thunderbolts came out, I think last weekend. ended up doing like 76 million domestic.
Damn.
It ended up doing like 80 something million overseas. So like 161 million in the weekend. Damn. Yeah,
That's
it's
hard.
Marvel. It's Marvel.
yeah.
So I go.
Immediately, everybody starts coming out saying it's a hit. Rotten Tomatoes hits it with like what was it at 7.7
Bro,
or something like that.
the rating, the rating
Like
on
the initial
IMDb,
one.
if that's how you pronounce it, was a 7.7.
Yeah, immediately.
IMDb,
Oh yeah. Rotten Tomatoes said it was like a 95 or some shit like that.
This
Yeah.
is how it went. We were at Giordano's eating pizza and just chilling, and I was checking my phone. I was seeing shit on Thunderbolts. I'm like, bro, people are saying this is like the new Avengers. Mind you, I have not went to the movies to go see a Marvel movie in God knows how long.
Yeah.
So
same.
I'm seeing this, and I'm like, oh shit! Like people are saying
Since
this
Black
is actually
Panther.
good.
Yeah, since
and then
Black Panther, I don't think.
literally, bro. And then when it comes to movies, bro, if you have a 7.7 rating, bro, that's
That's
a
hard.
That's
good
good as
movie
fuck.
when you're talking about movie standards.
So mind you, from a branding perspective, now we're talking about the new Avengers, and we're seeing that like it's doing pretty good numbers. I'm like, okay,
Everybody's
the
talking
expectations
about it.
now.
I'm like, okay, word. So we ended up going to the fucking movie theater late. You know, we're late fucking everywhere. So we were like 20 minutes late to the movie. We end up missing the first part. The first part of the movie was basically what I was telling y'all. Remember I told y'all.
Spoiler warning.
Yeah, spoiler warning. Spoiler warning. The first part of the movie, remember I was telling y'all that she jumped off the building and like did the free fall, but it was like a real stunt. Florence Pugh or Pudge or whatever her name
Is that
is.
the actress, the main character?
In the that girl.
I did like her.
Huh?
I did. What were you gonna say?
No.
I did like her character.
Nah,
She's probably had the best.
Great hair,
One of the
great eyes. Yeah, sharp legs and back. Yes, I liked her character. That was basically the first part. All that shit, right?
Yeah.
It's not that the movie was bad. It's just me personally, and this is, y'all let me know what y'all think. I think it was to kind of spite sinners. And the reason why I think it was to spite sinners, also, like we go back to the headlines.
Yeah.
Headlines
Crazy.
headlines
Maybe
were crazy.
intention with releasing the movie wasn't in and of itself.
Yeah,
Fuck
no.
sinners.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think the
No.
intention of releasing the movie, or
But how they
IMAX
covered
theater
it,
stuff.
How they covered
promoted
that
it?
shit, bro.
Like people, there were people that was like, oh, they took sinners out the IMAX. Well, movies
It's
have like a
been-
2-week time period.
They had to bring it back to IMAX
Yeah,
already,
exactly,
so
right. They don't
should've
get
been
to
out.
just hold sinners there, and they really brought it back, which is they don't do that. So
Exactly.
I wouldn't say that, but the actual headlines,
Yeah, come on.
I
Vegas,
looked
bro.
for like an hour and a half and couldn't find a single bad headline about Thunderbolts. Mind you, Matt, the Sinners only did 45 million and Thunderbolts did well, Sinners budget was 90 million. They did 45 million that first one. I'm pretty sure. Let me. I don't
they
because I don't know.
passed
Fuck it
budget,
up.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was.
They've already.
I'm pretty sure the budget on Thunderbolts was
Like
like
180?
two. No. It was like 200 something.
Yeah, it was in 100 million.
It was like 100 something.
It was in 100
Let me
million.
see. 100. Yeah, no. Yeah. Budget was 180 million.
Yeah.
Damn.
180
That's
million
double.
budget. They
That's
did
double.
160. They did 160 total. So also they were under budget that first week, the same way Sinners was. Oh, it
I didn't
like
see,
Sinners.
which is so crazy. No.
Sinners with an
If you're not
Right.
stepping in what he's shitting in, think about it. Right? Sinners goes out. We had all the budget might be a little high, so we don't know if they'll recoup. They did their first week as well. They did not match more, and we have not seen a single like mention of like any, not let alone negative story wise. But we haven't even had a single mention of the budget was a little bit.
The exact headline from New York Times was Sinners is a box office success, parentheses, with a big asterisk. Ryan Coogler's original horror film was expected to sell a strong 46 million in tickets over the weekend, enough for number one, but its profitability remains a long way off. What do you mean a strong fucking
Profitability?
Just
Number one.
They just went over the fact that it was like, it was expected to sell a strong 46 million on an original horror film.
Yeah.
What are we talking about? 46 million on a random original horror film that just randomly dropped. Then they had a 6% drop off the second week, which is unheard of.
Yeah.
Then they had a 26% drop the third week.
And Unheard
with
which is how they brought it back into IMAX.
Which is nuts.
And when they came out,
what are you talking
and when they
about?
came out those articles, they tried to make it seem like a negative thing.
Like a
because people
negative
didn't
thing.
understand.
Yeah.
So
They
of course
tried to
you
make
run
it
off
seem-
with that narrative.
Like,
bro.
and
So mind you, now I watched this fucking story that's supposed to be Avengers Part 2, which has a mid-ass. We're gonna get into it, and I don't even see like concerns about the budget, concerns about the man. I don't know if this was. I would expect a normal writing critique to be like they couched it as the new Avengers. Maybe it didn't live up to some of the hype. You mean to tell me none of y'all think like it didn't live up to the hype of being the new Avengers?
I'm gonna keep it a bean with you.
man?
I'm gonna keep it a bean with you. I genuinely think they were pushing money into this for people to like.
I
say shit
feel like
I don't know, but there's no way we watched the same movie.
Okay.
I could not find even Van Lathan. We love Van.
We love Van.
Even Van was like, it was a really good movie. Do I think the message within
Yes.
the movie, the mental health message,
Let's
and
talk
like
about-
even Yelena, because we missed the beginning of it.
Uh-huh.
The beginning of it, she even went through like her thought process, her mental state of like, you saw that breakdown later in the movie, but like she was going
Yeah.
through it with how she lost
All
her
the regrets,
sister.
all the-
Exactly. All the regrets. She lost her sister in the last movie. Cool, whatever.
I need to see his face. He started smiling.
What?
would you?
Keep talking. Here's, I don't know if I'm skipping to ahead because I can make
Maybe.
comparisons.
Okay, well.
With the mental health thing, right? And this is the problem I have. Spoilers coming. I think the mental health thing was a cool concept, but I definitely think it was played off from Age of Ultron. And why I think that, why? Because Wanda, when she was introduced and you see Bob, what did Bob do when he touched everyone? They had visions of like nightmares of kind of like their traumas. What was the same thing happening with Wanda? The same when she was touching Steve Rogers. He was going back before the ice. When he was touching Tony Stark, it was this fear of everyone dying.
Damn, I didn't know it was
But
real. I didn't know
it's
the
the
title.
same
So
playoff, bro.
you're real in the sense that, gang, it seemed a bit lazy as Marvel
Exactly.
has been, and that's why I'm like,
Yeah.
what do you mean the new Avengers?
So-
It's lazy enough to be called the new Avengers? What are you talking about?
So I feel like, and I brought this up. I feel like in recent years, and I've watched like a video essay about it too because I found it interesting. We've seen this pivot. Obviously, Marvel has always been for the younger audience, obviously, but we've seen this pivot where it's instead of it being like a really cohesive good story, which usually it is pretty good story. They have their moments in there where they really try to be like the comedic relief or whatever, and sometimes it's executed well, sometimes it takes away from the seriousness of it, but like they try to counterbalance it with stuff like that mental health conversation, right? Very important thing. I think that I loved Bob the most as a character. I think his acting was the best too. Like I think that person is perfect for that role, and I think the internal struggle and what his power is and like all the stuff was even cool. It was even cool seeing him overcome like a lot of the shit at the end through like the help of the people. That was cool. However, though, that man turned into the most powerful being I've seen in recent cinema history and whooped the ass of everybody who's supposed to be the new Avengers without any comp. And you telling me he lost in the end because he won a mental battle with himself. I'm sorry, bro. I think that could have been executed a little bit better, man.
To be, I'm not seeing new Avengers off that.
I'm not seeing new Avengers.
The only people I'm
too
seeing,
folky.
Right.
even another thing, right? Real quick, even another thing with Yelena and everything. I remember with the Avengers, the actual movie. I remember there was like the start of the movie. They were kind of finding, like putting the team together and like
And the team-
finding the team. Bro, this team came together
In the most
a
random
bunch of
night.
random bullshit. The girl that can phase, I'm sure she's a great person. I'm sure she's a great actress.
Wasted her character.
I genuinely
I couldn't
don't
tell
know
you her
what.
name.
I couldn't tell you her name.
I couldn't tell you her name.
I couldn't
tell you her name.
I remember.
The Steve Rogers, like
Captain
the Captain
America
America dude. I couldn't tell you his name because it was so insignificant that like.
Yeah, and let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
Here's the
Okay.
thing, though, right? I gotta go see that movie first of all.
You
just
do
to
have
see
to.
if it's good or not. But I believe like comic book wise that those like are the actual like second Avengers. But what I'm hearing from y'all is that they didn't portray it that way.
Like, it
it
not even that-
didn't
it's not
live up
even-
to like the Avengers.
It's not
Avengers
even. Yeah,
shit.
exactly. It's
okay.
not even. I genuinely think. I understand the comics. I understand all that shit. But I genuinely think there are either better people you can cast for it
Yeah.
to make it a more blockbuster movie, or there are different avenues of how you like do their characters to make them more
Because
interesting.
if you think about it, right, it's not.
You don't
even-
waste
but
someone.
Take all the.
You don't waste someone like Hop from Stranger Things. I don't know his name, but you don't waste someone like him on like a random. And he was funny as shit the whole time, but you don't waste someone on here like him in that shit.
I didn't even see him.
He's an amazing actor. I don't think you waste him.
So for reference, it would probably be like if there was a Jaam movie and then you just came in out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I'm a part.
No. Listen. Right.
No backstory.
Listen. The reason. Thank you for explaining that. Imagine like there was a bigger and greater Jaam that has been established for decades, and then they got old and they retired, and then we come in, and the way that you saw us come in was not, you don't get the lore that we had like growing up as children or anything. No, we like happened to be all in the same room one time, like, what the hell? How did you get here? Well, I'm here because we on the same side. Like you could do a little bit better, right? Like, is that crazy to say?
Here's my problem with it, right? Because
crazy.
you have to look at the intentions of like the past of Marvel. People will say Marvel makes the commercial movies and it's meant for kids. Bro, we've seen the entire Avengers series. I'm not gonna lie, they had a lot of grown ass concepts that I didn't understand until I got
still
older.
made for kids.
But it
Black
was
Panther
very dark.
had some heavy shit.
Thanos, these movies are for kids. Thanos was snapping fucking necks.
Families apart.
They made
Families
two
apart.
whole movies with that man as the central villain, and the concept that they're juggling there is like human extinction and whether or not it's beneficial for like the good of what you deem is like the worthy version of humanity. Like, we're talking about genocide, war crimes. We're talking about
literally, bro, serious shit. So when you look how it used to be, right? And then they ended that whole series, and then they had the whole thing with Disney Plus, and then that's when you saw how Marvel movies became diluted. You saw just more Marvel TV shows, budget going to Disney rather than the movies, animations getting more shittier. So then you have this movie, right? You have an opportunity to actually do something good. You shit the bucket, and it's like you only really did it for profit.
And let me explain something, because a lot of you might, there was plenty of heavy stuff, whatever there was. Like, I remember one of the things that stuck out to me was the Captain America dude. I feel like he was written very well, because I feel like he would be like the representation of like America. He's a white man or whatever, and he had his like problem. He was dating a black woman as well, and he was like inconsiderate as the fuck, probably racist as the fuck or whatever, and he's like dealing with all that guilt and everything. So that's heavy, right? But like the payoff was, what was there? It was like a little black girl or something at the end of the movie or something, and he like saved her.
I don't even think she was black. I think she was a white.
No. The other dude had saved that girl.
Oh, yeah,
or whatever.
yeah.
And then there was something that he did, and I was like, oh, that's sweet. But it really peeped like, oh, y'all didn't have time to like wrap this up in a like way that made sense. That was the big comeuppance. I seen a little flash in the past on like, oh, what the fuck does that mean? And then you resolve it by,
and I get it, they'll make more movies.
Yeah, they'll make, but I'm not excited.
And then going back
y'all
to
are
your
dick
point,
suckers.
right?
Y'all
Y'all dick suckers. I'm gonna compare it, bro. Like, Marvel had a lot of different, like Marvel, as much as this was like comic book thing, Marvel didn't have to take this approach. Marvel could have just adapted more original series.
Yeah,
that they have not. They have hella,
just call it the Thunderbolts and don't say New Avengers.
Exactly.
Like, just give them their own identity at that point.
Shit, right, bro?
New Avengers, where is Hulk? What the fuck?
Like, why did you
replacing?
at least have one thing where like one of the Avengers pops up and they're like, I had to get the wisdom
Think about the
from.
scene. Think about the scene with fucking, and I know they will come back in the Doomsday movie. We understand that, Marvel fan. But think about the scene of like Hulkbuster versus Hulk. New Avengers? What are you fucking? That will never happen with these people,
bro.
It's not gonna happen.
This is why, bro.
Stop it.
This goes back to a main issue of why Hollywood is just racist. But no, I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why, right? Because I'm gonna make the fucking comparison.
Yes,
Ryan Coogler adapted new material from Marvel that they were not doing back then. Black Panther, bro. People were saying Black Panther was not that good. You're bull.
Black Panther's one of the like. I think
Black Panther's
he's not
one of
only
the
the
greatest.
richest. He's not. I'm pretty sure Black. Oh, you're talking about the movie, but I was even saying just in the comic world as well. I'm pretty sure Black Panther's one of the richest like superheroes like of all time.
I think he's like I wouldn't say. I don't even know about comics, so don't fuck me up, please, please.
I know he's worth like a few.
But it's like
a lot.
every Black Panther that's ever existed. The new Black Panther has the knowledge of every other. Black
and
Panther.
he's like dumb. Like,
it's
stop
crazy.
It. Y'all
So
dig
many,
it.
y'all dick sucking. I was gonna say,
Black Panther got an Oscar, by the way. So hilarious.
and
It's
we're
trash
talking
though.
about
It's
fucking
trash. It's trash, though.
Thunderbolts.
Oh my God, we got white people back in Marvel. It's amazing. Shut the fuck up. It's not that good.
There was the diversity could have been a little bit better too as well. You had one black woman that I don't even know her name, and we don't got no black.
Literally.
But you
She
know,
was
like
talking about
as
God.
written and all. But I was gonna say. It's funny that you spoke on Hollywood being racist. We kind of did see Hollywood, the black side of Hollywood step out. And before we get like all the way to the Met Gala and everything, we've each
our
experienced
own
little
gala.
Met Gala moments in our lives before, and
We
we
got our
try our damnedest
Nigga, is
to
that
be
what it's called?
dandy.
Yeah.
But it doesn't always
The
work out.
Jaam Gala.
So it's prom season around the country. We kind of teased it at the beginning or whatever, and we did say for y'all to send in.
See why you gotta
y'all
watch
stuff.
the whole episode?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It pays off.
Man.
Y'all was skipping through and shit. Now you have no idea what I'm
Yeah,
talking
no
about.
bitches for y'all won't get.
So prom season's going on. I forgot, man. It's been a couple years since we've been out of high school and shit. And I realized it's April, May.
couple.
Everybody going to prom. So we decided couple. 10 years. No,
Damn.
but
Damn
now
near.
we are all we had our proms. It got us thinking about like our proms and what our fits were and everything. So we decided we wanted to. I didn't decide it because if it was up to me, these photos would be in a vault. But y'all will, y'all will get to see some of our prom fits.
Right.
Let's see.
Let's begin with Avy.
The crop of doom. The crop of doom. Your boy had the black suit with the red
Vest.
with the red vest, had the little red rose on the little no
Red
thing.
rose.
Red,
Corset.
white
What's it called?
carnation.
Corset or-
There's the carnation.
Nah, it's called like
What? Yeah, it's carnations, right?
not
Am I-
not the
Red
flower,
rose, white
the-
silver.
What's it called? Corsage or some shit like that. I forgot what the fuck it's called. Whatever.
But anyway, yeah, your boy had some like shiny loafers on and shit.
Yeah, the studded
and back in back in high school, it was like at HF, everybody was doing prom different. Like niggas was pulling up
Yeah,
in like
niggas was pulling
different
up
like
in Lambos.
super cars, Lambos. So your mom's rented me a 2017 Mustang.
Yeah.
And we drove that bitch up to prom. Yes, sir.
That's fire. I remember that day.
I was gonna say 2017, but I was like, wait a minute, that is like
I remember this day, bro. Go back to the second picture. There's so much lore that y'all don't understand because
Yes.
this was at our old house. I was a kid. You seen that W that's next to his leg?
Yeah.
That nigga. I'm pretty sure you painted that on the driveway after the Cubs won the World Series in 2016. So this was
shit,
2
I
years
did.
before. So this 2018.
Word.
Yeah. So he
Wow.
painted the
That
W
shit
on the
stuck
driveway.
there for like ages.
It never went away. It never went
I was gonna ask,
off.
how did it not come
I don't
off?
know what
Brains
paint
a
he
thing.
used, but
Like,
it just,
Nick, when I tell you it was the Cubs won the World Series, the whole block was outside yelling and screaming shit, it was
Man,
crazy. The
those
next
were
day
time.
came out, I started painting W's everywhere up and down the driveway.
straight vandalism.
Yeah, no, that was a cool time. Cool time. Something
Hell
slight
yeah.
on the fit. Something slight on the
Something
fit.
slight
I
on
fuck
the
with it. I fuck with yours
Nah, I
more
fuck
than
with
mine.
For sure. This shit was tough.
Next person.
Yeah,
Next
Matthew,
you know what's
Matthew.
crazy? I just realized my address is like seconds from being in this.
Yeah,
fucking
it's actually like
Hey, if we hit a
Yeah.
subscriber goal, we'll leak that.
Okay.
Hashtag JaamTalks.
You get to see the prom date, everything.
Nah, they I know. Well, you can see her hand on some shit.
Yeah.
But they had like, or no, I had like the suit.
That's the first and only time you've had barrel twist.
Yeah, first and only time I ever
Why don't
had
you do it
barrel.
again?
Why don't you
Well,
do it?
because now, bro, I'm gonna look like fucking, I don't know, Scandinavian. My shit gonna come like this, and it's gonna be all the way down. It's gonna be like what's it called, like French braids.
Yeah.
I feel like at this point, so it's
Yeah.
like I
Maybe
never got
hard,
it.
bro.
Maybe I don't know.
Maybe
I might
try.
try.
I'm
it.
hesitant to switch up mine as well.
Yeah,
too.
yeah, and my forehead got bigger.
I mean,
but yeah, I had the black suit
what was
on
the
and shit.
colorway?
I had the she had
Who
burgundy,
looking
so
at?
I was matching burgundy shoes, burgundy
Definitely.
tie or burgundy bow tie and shit. Now it was tough. It was tough, and my lore is like we had like this whole we had like a red carpet. We had like the whole red carpet because we went in a group, so we had the whole red carpet. We had the balloons everywhere. I remember, oh my God, bro. I remember them balloons. First of all, those balloons were $90 fucking.
Good God. They put
yeah.
price tags on anything for any number.
Yeah, I paid $90. I paid $90 for all the balloons. They were popping on the way there. We had to drive from the party city, so they were popping on the way to the crib. I remember we had to go cater like all the food, all types of shit. It was crazy, but yeah, it was a crazy ass day. It was a really cool day though, and I paid for like damn near everything.
Yeah,
I paid for my suit. I paid for everything.
It's funny that
I had
you mentioned
2 jobs, nigga.
Yeah,
he was grinding, bro.
It's funny
Yeah,
that you
grinding.
mentioned that because it was my prom was around like it was the first time I started kind of getting money for real, whatever. And I had to buy like I didn't get to buy like anything tailored. So I remember the suit. We're gonna get into it. I ended up. It was either I already had it or I had to like buy some shit, and that's why I feel like it didn't come out the way I wanted it to. But that's tough.
I remember me and JJ actually went to Men's Warehouse.
We did
to try to find some shit. We could not find shit, and then, like,
we
it was like a week before
pre-order.
prom.
Yeah, you got to
mind you.
pre-order that
Yeah.
shit beforehand.
Yeah, so we waited too long, but it's a common theme.
bro.
But we can go to the next one. That's your boy.
The boy.
The hardest thing about this picture, the hardest thing about this
Nigga,
picture,
4 different blues.
the hardest thing about this picture is the trees behind me because they
Nah,
were
the
blue.
trees were hard.
Well, no, I think your hair was cold. I think the
So okay,
the to the neck was
okay,
crazy.
okay,
What you
okay,
looking
okay,
at? To the neck was crazy.
Everything
Jack,
else,
okay.
bullshit.
What?
I got like, what you looking at?
I was
Not
looking
a
at the
goddamn
future.
thing.
I think that was the first time I had the premonition that the Jaam would come into existence.
I see the
Baby shower ass blue.
So I had a. What do you say? What do you say?
I said baby shower ass blue.
Yo,
Okay, the blue was
nigga.
not okay. The royal blue,
Nightgown
the royal blue, depressed ass blue. Goddamn! I'm laying in the garden ass blue, blue ass blue.
bluey ass blue, nigga. Hell no.
Bluey the dog ass.
Fuck you, nigga. Had this nigga looking like a tootsie, nigga.
Aight,
Gift
okay.
certificate.
So
Nigga won a pageant.
oh my god! Alright, wait till we get to this nigga picture. Okay, so my shit, the royal blue was my idea. I really liked. That's my favorite color, which was funny. I knew we was gonna end up wearing opposite colors for our prom because he always liked red growing up. I always liked blue. Royal blue, cool. My girl at the
Smoke
time
stack.
wanted to do the baby blue. Yeah, smoke stack.
stack.
Hold on.
That's
Yeah.
Hold on.
Nah, man, niggas, hold on, wait. I didn't.
Smoke stack.
Yeah, I didn't.
hard.
I didn't want to do. I wouldn't have brought up the baby blue, but that was her favorite color. Her dress was the baby blue color. So we wanted to do. We both like she fuck with royal blue and baby blue, so we wanted to mix them. Yeah, didn't come out the way I wanted to. That suit was one that I got sophomore year for fucking homecoming. This is where we are. It's the same suit. And then, but I had the sash on because I was running for prom king that time. Did not win that motherfucker. My homie Peter did not win that motherfucker. I was out. It was funny because it was
At least
like
you could though.
I was student body president at my school, whatever, and Peter was like a kid that he lived right up the street from me, and I'm pretty sure he has some intellectual disability or he's like on some spectrum, whatever. But everyone was kind of like cool, but some people bullied him for real. Right. So they wanted to do it as like a nice like thing, whatever, and he won, and everyone was lit. It was cool. I got
that's
to be
hard.
with him. It was fine.
But he did though.
But what I did step with though was
with
I
the
knew from the moment we
Rolls,
started
nigga.
high school, I was like, I really want to get a Rolls Royce for prom. I didn't think it would actually happen, and then my mom was like, "Hey, do you want to do it?" And then she rented it, and we got the man. I'm excited as fuck. Damn, talk about that shit.
that nigga said sibling.
It's like we get scraps and then the
get the food,
youngest one get the
Rolls.
rolls.
Got a Mustang, got a Rolls. Nigga had a Rolls and a driver.
We had a
That's hard.
significant windfall in between his graduation. and my
Wicked.
graduation. Nah, that was a cool. That was like I'll always remember
was
that.
hard.
That was the first time I've ever been in like a Rolls Royce. It was fucking amazing. We drove to the city. We had our hotel and everything. We drove to the prom too. And people had like seen us get out. It was crazy.
You went to a hotel right after. Did you
Yeah,
go to a hotel after your prom?
The first time, yeah, I believe, yeah.
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 I didn't go to a hotel. I went on a excursion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, did I? No.
We ended up
no.
going to like
I didn't
Michigan
go
for like 3 days or some shit.
Oh really? Oh yeah, I remember that.
We went to like
Yeah.
Michigan. It was like this crazy ass. It wasn't even like a crazy resort, but it was like a very like romantic like back road like hotel. It was like it was crazy.
That's cool as fuck.
hard.
But yeah, I think I did have I had a lot of fun that night. Even though the fit wasn't fitting. If I could,
Prom
I
was
will
fine.
say if I could go back, I would definitely change my shit up. I don't know what I'd do. It'd probably be like an all black.
We gonna do a prom at some point.
We've had
when we get older.
opportunities.
Well, I want to do a prom when we get older.
Yeah.
and do like another prom. That'd be cool.
that we're gonna
I wanna
have
do that.
some reason to do that. That would be fire.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, so that was I hope y'all proms were fun as well and memorable as
Send
well.
the pictures, DM.
But that was our initial point. I'm about to say, do we want to get into, because that was our like first attempt at Black Dandyism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
Do we
get
want to
into
address?
real.
Do you want to like give a little backstory for you? Because I don't want it to be like they like, oh, why didn't we
with
see
that?
Allen's?
Oh yeah, shit. I just didn't go to prom.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people that didn't go to prom.
Yeah, a lot of people don't go to prom.
Yeah,
there's a lot of people that didn't go to prom. A lot of people that wear bullshit to prom.
Yeah.
So it's like,
well, it's high school. You gotta have the
Yeah.
experience,
Yeah.
right? So cool. But that was like our first real attempts for at Black Dandyism. And I
It
didn't
was
know what
shitty
the
anyway.
term
Niggas
was
wasn't
before
playing
last
good
podcast.
Oh God.
But yeah,
Let's talk
what's
about
going
Black
on in
Dandy.
the past.
Let's
No, let's
talk about
Get in
it.
your
Talk
bag.
about
Let's
Get in
talk
your
about
bag.
it. Come on,
nigga.
bag, bro. So recently, the 2025 Met Gala just happened, and this is the Met Gala that just made history with the first all-black chair committee, and it was A$AP Rocky, Lewis Hamilton, LeBron as co-chair, Pharrell as main chair, and Coleman Domingo, and they were all making this whole theme of Black Dandyism. And last pod I explained Black Dandyism, and kind of now like seeing the whole Met and experiencing it, and now I think my definition of Black Dandyism has kind of like changed in the sense of like it isn't really just a thing. I think Black Dandyism is very subjective to anyone in the sense of like seeing this really showed that it's really more than clothes for real. It's really a movement, and it's really where innovation started with just Black culture and Black fashion. And the Met Gala on the biggest stage really got to showcase that Black culture.
Man, I was so happy as I seen like
I was seeing some
every time.
crazy shit.
Bro, it was
I'd see
hard.
the pictures like up there or whatever on my Instagram. I'm seeing all types of celebrities and all their different fits. I was like, my
Let
bro,
us know. Let us know in JaamTalks who you thought had the best fit.
yeah. Do it,
no,
bro.
at some point
I seen
we'll probably
too
get
many.
into it.
I had seen too many insane fits. I was like, my
Too
people
many.
showing out. It was really good to see. It was really
I think this is, I'm not going to say it's the best Met Gala, but this is definitely
It's up
up
there.
there.
Really
It's up
good
there.
I definitely think.
And too, before we continue, it was the highest like rate. They raised the highest money
The
out of
highest amount of
every
money.
single Met Gala ever. Like
77
done.
years, this one raised the highest amount of money.
And I'm gonna
Black
tell you why
people.
that's very
Black
important,
people.
right? Because the main purpose of the Met Gala is a charity, right? The charity and a costume party. Where the money goes is it goes to the museum where they showcase what that theme of that is that year. And
Yeah,
keeps the
and
museum
in the-
open.
in the midst
And
of-
in the midst of what you
Yeah.
said last pod of them trying to shut down museums, especially Black museums.
Trying to shut down
bro,
creative
this
expression in
one,
general.
Literally, it's not the museum is not only showcasing the Black fashion, but it's showcasing Black arts,
Yes.
Black culture, just in general.
And let me explain, this is a quick anecdote, how important that is. I ended up recently getting to visit the African American History Museum in DC, and I'm like, it was if you haven't been there, you need to go there.
Yeah.
It's like an experience. It's heavy as fuck, and it gives you
Very
chills.
heavy.
But I was in there and I'm like, bro, I'm looking at shit, I'm like, if people like really were on some bullshit, like a lot of this shit wouldn't even be allowed in museums. If the people who are currently in the government had like
If
their
it was up
way,
to them, yeah.
if it was up to them, a lot of this shit that is crucial to understand or whatever, but how we got here, especially as Black people, would be like too controversial to put in the shit, even though that's literally what happened. So the fact that all that bread is gonna go to like furthering that expression, that's needed right now. Very needed right now.
And not only I'll get into like my inconsistencies of it because I had a problem with a lot of things, but also I thought, and I really think that instead of looking at the pictures when a Met happens, because that's mainly what people do, they look at pictures on Vogue. I think people should really watch the Met Gala from start to finish because it genuinely was just an experience, and I really got
This
to
was the
sit
first
down.
year I like watched a decent amount of it. I was like, wow.
Bro,
this is,
we were
an
like
experience.
screaming
Yeah,
and
it's
we
an
were like,
experience
holy
for
shit, like
sure.
this is happening. Especially, it's a different type of experience because this is a Black experience. This is the first time you see Black people on a big stage actually showing what we represent as people.
Yeah,
and I feel like that was
stuff
so
that like
dope.
it seems almost familiar to us.
Exactly, seeing the shit.
I remember
we
like
grew up
going to
with.
church and like seeing certain things, like even like and we'll get into it, I know, but like even the stuff like Tiana Taylor was wearing and like the feathers, and that's
Of all
stuff that
that.
you
Hard,
see in
yeah,
like
you
church,
see it
and, like,
every day.
that's
And
our
I think
culture.
what was so cool about this, because you got to see all these celebrities come out, and they genuinely looked happy because these Black celebrities really got to put on shit that was familiar with them, bro. Like Tiana Taylor, we'll get into that in a second when I talk about the outfits, but like she's like known as like the Harlem Rose, and like you see all the roses.
That
Like not only
actually
did it
did.
symbolize
that's
where she's
fire.
from, but like a lot of things of Black culture, and I'll get into what it says on my doc, but that was just overall just a dope experience, kind of like watching it. Now,
And I remember that She dropped some Jordans. It's
Yeah,
off topic. But she
I
dropped.
know,
Yeah, I got those.
I was
Yeah,
really thinking,
Yeah, you got those? That's
yeah,
tough.
they-
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
they have a rose on them and everything.
Where do we begin?
Where do we begin? Take us through the journey.
Before
The
we get
Gala
into the
Blue.
outfits, I want to get into something that's been very controversial.
Okay.
That's
Talk
been,
about it. Let's
that's
get it.
been
Let's
big
talk about it. I
backlash.
know it. Let's talk about it.
Why wasn't Wisdom K at the Met Gala? Why
Pisses
wasn't
me
he?
off, bro.
All right.
That's his whole style.
All right.
Ridiculous.
All right. Whoever.
Who is Wisdom K?
Who? Okay. Yes.
First, before we get into this,
Yeah.
Wisdom K is a fashion influencer on TikTok, Instagram, all social media. He's one of the biggest fashion influencers, and in my opinion, he completely revolutionized fashion content in general. He
did.
completely changed the
That's
standard.
not even like up for debate.
It's not a debate
This
at all.
man, he will literally. Somebody will comment, "Hey, let's model this bottle," and he will create the wildest fit that looks, bro. It's so crazy.
Mind you, this is his entire job. You said what he made like
4 million
Bro, he made
last year.
Literally, he made a statement.
and he has
4 million last year.
7.4 million followers on Instagram. Like this is not just some.
He's not.
Yeah,
A,
this
he's
isn't
not just
some
a
like,
TikTok.
that is-
yeah.
This is like,
No, it is-
okay,
he's-
for context and for, I don't know, but for context, it's like if Twitch did TwitchCon and told Kai Cenat he couldn't come.
What are we talking about?
What the fuck are we
Like,
talking
what
about?
are we
It's like
talking
if
about?
the NBA did fucking the finals and was like LeBron's band.
That makes no sense.
Yeah.
Kai
What are
Cenat,
we
mind
talking
you,
about?
Kai Cenat is an influencer. He's not a celebrity. Kai Cenat got invited. A brand
Yeah.
wanted to endorse him. We don't know the brand,
Yeah.
but he ended up not going. He ended up going to the after party too, and it was like, what? So
Kai got it in.
I found out
Wisdom
that
didn't.
Wisdom, because Wisdom made a statement because someone asked him, was he going to the Met Gala? And he was like, I'm not going. And the reason he went last year because he
TikTok
popped
bought a
out.
table.
Yeah, he TikTok bought a table and he popped out in this one red outfit. It was a staple piece, damn near of that Met. It was the Robert owned piece, and it was insane. And now looking at it now, right? So people are pissed off, right? And people are also saying, well, he's an influencer. Why is he here? Like TikTok didn't buy a table. Why should he still be here? I think that's very inconsistent and that's completely wrong.
That's disrespectful, to be honest.
On God, it's disrespectful. On top of like, fuck the outfits. Fuck what he can do styling wise, all that. You have to look at his achievements, bro.
Yeah.
This is a person who completely revolutionized fashion content. The theme is Black Dandyism. Black Dandyism
That is
is
his
revolutionary, is innovation. That's what it's been throughout time. So why wouldn't you want a staple in that content space who represents what Black Dandyism is? I feel like that is a complete disrespect and slap in the face to what it is. And now I still think they did a amazing job and it was an amazing night. But to not have him there is ridiculous. That almost contradicts
And-
that
and-
statement
and
of
if
Black
you-
Dandyism.
failure.
And if
That's
you-
a
Yeah,
critical.
That's a
exactly.
very
I
misstep.
feel like yeah, with the theme being the Black Dandyism, you have like Wisdom K is someone who literally I've watched multiple videos where the nigga will take like the theme color and flags and make like black formal wear that looks
Yeah.
good as fuck. Him being a nigga like. I genuinely don't
It's a
understand.
Dapper Dan issue.
Yes.
It's genuinely like that. It's like the same thing with Gucci and Dapper Dan. It's almost like I genuinely didn't believe that he wasn't going. I was like, okay, they're gonna like pop out and do some big thing.
No, I thought he was.
It's almost like insane.
almost
And
insane.
I don't even fuck with the fact that how are other celebrities not talking about this?
Yeah,
like,
right.
and
I wanna
celebrities
get
that
more
were
into that.
there, I'm like, yo, y'all should have
Like,
said
no,
something
y'all
about
I
this.
feel like
bro,
they
they
trying to
know
like
him, bro.
Yeah, I feel like they trying to downplay the nigga because he came
He's a
up off
TikToker,
TikTok.
yeah.
He's
TikTok,
not a
but bro,
TikToker anymore.
fuck that, bro.
Like,
Here's what-
straight up
here's
He's a
what-
fashion
now.
icon.
Exactly.
Here's the problem, right? Like, the big issue I have is that fashion influencer thing, and you're putting that label on him. But then, if that's the case, why are brands doing content with TikTokers now?
They've invited.
Why are
Lazy
brands
y'all.
paying
I'm giving it to
$100,000 for him to promote their product?
They've invited worse people to the Met Gala.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Like they
definitely
have.
somebody in there that could have been replaced with like, come on,
Bro,
bro.
completely.
Chaperone.
And I want to.
Chaperone ass. She pulled up with some bullshit. Y'all
in the
couldn't have
last
gave that
point-
table to wisdom.
Yeah.
Nah, no
Last point I
disrespect
want to
to
make, and there's
Chaperone, but that shit
speculation,
was
there's
some
theories, right? Because I was talking. You stupid.
bullshit. He said it's some bullshit. Her shit was some bullshit.
That was me and my girl was talking about it, right? We was talking about the whole thing of why Wisdom didn't come, and she had told me, she was like, "Well, there's this theory going around that is because of his support and advocacy for Palestine." And I was like, "Okay,
could be.
I can see that." But then again, you have to look at the Hadid sisters, right? Bella Hadid didn't go, but Gigi Hadid went. If y'all don't know who Bella Hadid and Gigi Hadid is, they're really big models in the fashion industry. They're staples of this shit. Gigi Hadid went, and she was I forgot what, I think she was represented by Miu Miu there, right? And she's not as big as Bella Hadid as supporting Palestine, but she's donated money, she's made statements, and you look at a corporate standpoint, it's very calculated. When you look at a person that you want to represent your brand, you looked up who they're bunched up with, and you're looking at two sisters. One sister who's completely advocating for Palestine, the freedom for that. Why would you still be like, okay, I want that person when they're so close? Why would you want that hit on your thing?
Again, the other side of that coin is that a big enough problem for them to snub someone like a Bella or a Gigi Hadid, as opposed to they can make the excuse for someone like Wisdom K that he's not, even though he is.
And then the main point, right? He's thinking like, okay, then it's probably that. And of course, we don't know that, but then you also have to question like, okay, well then if she was supporting Palestine and I was doing it, why was she represented and I wasn't? And then you almost question of like, is it a black thing? But then again, you're questioning, is it a black thing?
Dandyism, and they took his whole...
Bro, this shit... That's his style. And you have to... And you have to question if like...
You do.
Because he was black.
I don't think so. To keep it a bean, I genuinely think like...
I think they just
I think something will come out. I think something will come out eventually, and we'll know what it is. Because I don't think it was a coincidence. I don't think it wasn't a coincidence.
But
like I think something happened, and then that was the result.
Let's go into the fits because that was the main
before they
issue.
fucking drag us out of here.
Yeah, we're fucking done for. This is Tiana Taylor. Did I pronounce her name right? And she was like one of the first people to walk out first.
That's insane.
Yeah, and this is why her fit is so hard.
Imagine be the next nigga. Like, god damn.
I'd be mad.
And that so real, that next nigga. But so what was so hard about this fit is Taylor paired up with the Oscar-winning costume designer Ruth E. Carter, and when we were talking about Black Panther when they won the Oscar, is because that is the costume designer of Black Panther.
Really?
Wow.
Oh shit!
And those fuck niggas in the comments talking about, oh, they're just gonna be designed by all the white brands. So,
bro, you know how many people is like that, bro? They made sure to interview and get every perspective of who designed it, and a lot of unknown black designers that were highlighted.
That's fire.
Yeah, that's hard.
Hard, bro.
Allen to the Met.
So to the Met. I want to describe the details, but I genuinely don't think we have enough time. But
this looks amazing.
Yeah, it looks amazing.
Please,
look it up.
Next slide. I want to show y'all. That's kind of like the back piece. I wish y'all could see up close because she has a do-rag and it's almost going into the roses that she has on her back, and it's one sequence going from that same color tone going down to just
it has the feather off the hat, the gown. Oh, beautiful.
That's
so tough,
absolutely
bro.
beautiful.
Like the shoulders are
look, the edges, like the swoop of the edges.
Insane.
Black woman.
Tiana Taylor.
This is one of the craziest things I've ever seen.
Janelle, what's her name?
It's Janelle Monáe. Yeah,
Janelle Monáe.
That's hard.
Janelle Monáe. I don't know who was in your camp. They cooked like a mother.
Now this is another thing that is hard, bro. So Janelle Monáe collaborated with Paul Tazewell. I think that's how you pronounce his last name. I'm sorry if I'm butchering it. Paul Tazewell.
I've heard of that. I know that name. We talked about him.
Paul Tazewell was the first black.
That's the one who
won that Oscar.
Yeah.
Design of that. Yeah, he was like the first. He was the first black designer to win.
We talked about that.
He deserved that. Crazy.
He was.
That's beautiful. And even the like kind of the ode to like the old like style
of the old style of African culture. Like that is definitely like an African.
Like how the drawings are.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking of.
That's crazy. And not only that, it's it was collaborated with Paul, but the main brand that represented him was Tom Brown. And what that is, it's kind of like almost like an illusion because it is in a suit. It has the sharp edges and it's bulky. But what that is, it's I don't know how to pronounce the printing technique, but it's almost an illusion. It's a printing technique that gives an illusion. Acne Studios does it a lot with their jeans where they'll almost print something crazy on their jeans and it looks like, wait, those are the actual jeans. No, it's just screen printed to the highest quality, and that's the illusion.
You want to know what that looks like? It's an art term. And I could be fried if an art major watches it, but it kind of looks like the surrealism stuff.
Yeah,
where
that is a surrealism piece.
You see like the outfit is drawn on the thing or whatever, and it even has the bag and the design too. It kind of reminds me of like a queen, like you know the cards.
Yeah,
like,
I was just about to say that it looks like a
and then they open it.
Car, yeah.
And it's like she does have that bag, and it's actually like
it's
it was so
it's
fire.
amazing.
Did you put the
wait? Did you put the
go next slide?
Next picture.
That's the opening of it.
That
bro.
is so
That's the opening of it.
Fuck
It's
you,
hot.
bro.
Fire, bro. It's
Fire.
so fire.
The fit is fire.
Fire for that.
Cups are
I
fire.
seen her say she said the diamond that she has, the
Yes,
first diamond ever made from tequila.
From
I didn't know
tequila.
that you could do that.
Yeah.
What do you
First
mean?
diamond from
Diamond
tequila
from
because they
tequila?
wanted to make it like ethical because a lot of like things
Yeah.
from getting like jewelry is from a lot of bad like
Yeah. Yeah.
So-
Black Dandyism.
Black
Dandyism.
Dandyism.
He's just making diamonds.
Niggas just
Look
making
at the
diamonds out
creativity,
of
bro.
drinks.
Look
and
at like
shit.
the piece on her. Look at that, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah, the
bro.
monocle. Oh,
Creativity at its
fucking
finest,
amazing.
bro. Black
Beautiful,
culture,
beautiful,
black
beautiful,
on
beautiful.
top. Next slide.
That'll be
Now-
that, bro.
Oh,
now-
did they wear the
This Zendaya, yeah. This
Now I'm gonna
Zendaya.
explain this. This was kind of like a highlight, but also a low light because Law Roach even commented. If y'all don't know who Law Roach is, that's Zendaya's stylist. But going on to this, Zendaya is wearing Louis Vuitton, and she popped out like probably like in the middle of it, right? And it's this tailored suit. Everyone, hard fit. Hat kind of dropped, like going down
hat
to the
is
side.
like the crazy
so you
criminal
almost,
fit.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
almost like a Michael Jackson
Yeah.
fit. But hold on, I want to pull up this one thing. So what that outfit is a zoot suit. And what a zoot suit was, it was kind of like damn near the first suit that like American, or not Americans, but that Black Americans and Mexicans kind of picked up. And that was like the first suit that like they wore. And there was this thing called the zoot suit riots because a lot of police, when we were talking about, a lot of police were doing a lot of unjust, like harmful things to them because they, you know what, they correlated zoot suits to being a criminal.
Wow.
So there was a lot of, and then there was like a whole big riot because it was like, we're not going to take this because we claim zoot suits as our own because Dapper Dan even wore a zoot suit there.
Right.
We claim this is our own because this is Black culture and this is part of Mexican culture as well. It's like, bro, y'all not finna take this.
Now, those at home who leave the dumb fuck comment, are y'all sick and tired of blaming everything on being black? Look at Zendaya
Look at
wearing
this,
that
bro.
suit and tell me you think she looks criminal.
Beautiful tailoring, all that, and then
Amazing.
And then the problem with
amazing.
this is Anna Sawe. I think that's how you pronounce her last name. She was a lead star in this new show called Shogun. This was a custom Dior fit, but it's almost the
Damn,
same.
it's
And then they
exact
came out damn near at the same time. So
Aw,
Law
they didn't
Roach
know?
was
I was gonna say it's
yeah.
not the exact same because I was like,
Not
there's
the-
no way it could be.
No,
the
no,
exact
no,
same.
not the exact same.
Yeah, I was
It's,
like,
it's definitely a different cut of it.
yeah,
but
it's
even the
different
hat
cut.
was
The
very
pants are different,
similar.
but yeah,
Yeah.
that's like very similar,
Very
and that's
different.
that's
And
almost
that was a
annoying.
I'd be
very
mad
highlight
as
because
hell.
they were like,
Yeah.
did she take like? Was that a thing of like trying to take spotlight from Zendaya? And
I wouldn't even say. I think
that was
I think it's a
intention,
miss
but
on
those are-
fucking
those are
Louis' part
misunderstandings.
Right.
and her
It was on
stylist
Louis
part. To
and,
be honest,
Dior, yeah,
I feel
but-
like if Zendaya took the hat that she had and wore it on hers, even look better.
I can't see a difference from this far away.
going on.
I see the difference.
Yeah.
but
Yeah, it's definitely another one. And
That's
this,
crazy.
This was
that had the
crazy when we saw
bandana
it.
print
With-
on the
yeah,
fucking
on the bro, hard. Hold on, I'm gonna
Say, who is this?
pronounce her name. She is a model, and it's, I'm so sorry if I'm pronouncing your name, Ugbad Abdid. I think that's her name, and she's a Somalian model, new model, popped out in this crazy dress. Can't really explain it. It's by Michael Kors, and the
That's by Michael Kors?
By Michael Kors,
hard.
yeah. And bro, it's crazy. This was a she wore this to honor Andre Leon Talley. Pray to God I'm pronouncing his name right. He was a big chief editor at Vogue, or not chief, but he was a big editor at Vogue, and he's honest, he was the first Black editor at Vogue, and he was like a big person, kind of at the Met interviewing, always big on style, and that cape represented what he always wore, and that was kind of representing him.
That's
and the
hard.
cool,
That's hard.
cool fun fact about this model: this is the first model to ever wear a hijab in a runway. Yeah,
That's
wow.
Big year 2025 and it's
Yeah.
the first?
Yes, first. First model.
Bro,
First model
fashion
wear hijab.
industry racist
Insane.
as
That's
W.
crazy as hell, but that's a W for her.
W.
I wish I explained, but we gotta keep going. W.
cool.
Next fit. Now we got
Good.
Oh,
Now we
Lauren.
got
Yeah,
that
that's
is
Lauryn
the
Hill.
Lauryn
That's
Hill.
Yeah,
This
that's
is
Lauryn
Lauryn
Hill.
Hill's debut.
Oh
That's
my
my
god.
year.
Debut Met.
Insane.
Debut Met, and she's wearing Stella McCarthy.
Look at the bag as an accent.
With
that
the
blue
yeah,
bag.
yellowness,
Yeah.
bag blue. Everyone was talking about that.
It
That's
was
like the
a,
staple
yeah, it was
piece.
a
for real.
Birkin.
Yeah, staple piece, hard. And then her jewelry. Hold on, I want to pronounce it right because I think it's very important we know this. Hold on, let me pull it up
Man,
for y'all.
like the back. Like, do people even have that color of Birkin? Is that a Birkin? Right?
Yeah, it's a Birkin. Yeah, they probably got it, but
Yeah,
either way,
it's
Yeah,
an
that
Hermes,
shit-
it's an
yeah,
Hermes
expensive
belly
as
bag,
shit,
and
bro.
I really hope I pronounce your name. It's Emma Cole is a London-based. How do you pronounce? I was asking you yesterday. It's with Ghana.
Oh, Ghanaian.
Ghanaian.
Yeah.
And, I'm trying to pronounce it. And what that is, it's ethical. That brooch is like an ethical way of like making that jewelry. It's like it's an African stone, so it's kind of representing that African culture. Even the colors, African culture. So it's tough, bro.
That's fine. We want to do. How many more do you want to do?
Oh my god, damn! It's so
Yeah,
much.
we
more.
gonna have- we can't get
It's
that
so much
more.
more.
Y'all
Y'all
gonna have
waste
to
so
get-
much time.
Hold on.
We can
Oh,
go.
yeah, all
Okay,
right,
bet.
cool.
Okay,
Let's go.
Thank God. Okay.
This was.
That's
We were
hard.
talking about this last night, man.
Thank God. I love our producer because we have time. I was shitting bricks. I was like, I don't know if we'll be able to explain this, but yeah. So right here is the whole cast of Louis, of what Pharrell represented. Because if y'all don't know, Pharrell Williams is the creative director of Louis Vuitton, and he represented his models. And Louis, we have Sabrina Carpenter, Dolce,
Future,
Pusha T.
Future cut
Spike,
his hair.
or not Spike,
Yeah, he got his hair.
He did, bro.
Yo,
We
that's
have
crazy.
Lisa, which we'll get into Lisa because
Lisa.
there was a big thing. We have Denzel Washington, son, and I forgot the
Oh,
other
yeah?
names.
Where is he at? I didn't
He's
even know
all
that.
the he's
He's over
to the
there.
left,
Yeah,
second
yeah,
one to
yeah.
the right.
it's
So
hard.
this is all their fits.
So we got to talking about Louis. And
I'm just gonna
Pharrell.
say.
Jeremy Allen Pope.
Oh yeah,
Thank
buddy
you
from
so
the
much.
Bear.
Forgot him.
Yeah.
We
Because
got.
there's a reason I forgot him, but keep going.
Yeah.
I will say.
There's a reason why we forgot half these people.
Yeah, I will say there's a reason. I'm not gonna lie. Allen and Pharrell got like the same fit on. Like
Now,
this is
and
the
I
Met
think-
Gala, man.
Now I will give this. Pharrell
had the pearls
Pharrell
and
had
that
the
shit.
pearls, and it's
Yeah.
40,000 pearls hand stitched
heard
on there.
100.
Yeah, that's hard.
Hold on, let me.
Yeah,
I think I
don't
probably
know.
have the
Check-
That's
accurate number,
hard.
Yeah.
From a distance.
Distance.
Allen should be
Sinners.
right up there with that. You can't tell me
It's
that.
actually 50,000 pearls hand stitched.
And
50,000.
50,000 and Pusha T had the like crystals on his.
With the
Yes.
crystals
So-
hand
Yeah.
stitched.
So
Everybody
it's
been
not
predicting the
that
bar
it
he gonna
was
use.
shit.
It wasn't shit.
And I don't like how everybody gets on Pharrell's ass
Yes.
about his shit. He's a new. We were basically talking about it last night. He's a new designer. He's trying to get his stride of things. But after seeing his photo, I will like concede in saying like, yeah, it was basic. It's basic.
I feel
And
like,
that's
I
the
feel
issue.
like the colorway.
The only person that stands out on this entire thing, I would say, is Dolce.
It's dope
Yeah.
because
It's
it's
basic.
that I think. And here's what we were talking. We had the conversation of like, okay, I don't think Louis Pharrell stepped, and why I said I don't think Louis Pharrell stepped because by all means it is really good clothes.
Yeah, they look
but
nice.
It looks
Yeah, they
really
all look
nice.
nice, yeah.
But also, man, I think it is very much a lazy and excuse take to bring up color tones to represent a theme of a costume party. I just showed y'all the shit we just saw.
Yeah.
Insane ways to
Insane shit.
represent black dandyism, and this is your take on it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
I think that's a very.
It feels like if you just
Yeah.
put,
I think
you
even
just put people in a
Sabrina-
suit.
Even
I
Sabrina-
think even Sabrina's was like better than a lot of, but like
But
the
that
men
doesn't
were
represent
terrible.
Sabrina
Like,
Carpenter's
Jesus.
outfit is a
And she's
Sabrina
a white
Carpenter
woman.
outfit. It doesn't represent
Yeah.
black dandyism.
Like, fuck.
And then you can make up the excuse of color tones, but I think that's an excuse for the Met Gala, bro.
Yeah, I don't
Right.
think that. I think that like we're talking about black dandyism, right? Like Pushes is really good because you have that special detail of like at least something, whatever. And people were trying to predict what bar he gonna rap about it because about cocaine because he got the like the white sparkle on his shoulders or whatever.
Yeah.
That's cool. But like Future. For like everyone else, every other man there with the suit piece on it kind of looks very similar.
No
And
bow
then
ties,
going
no
up-
switching it up
Like,
at all.
y'all
And I
had,
think
y'all
if
had
anything-
opportunity to switch it, man.
Going on to Lisa's fit. So if you guys don't know, hold on, let me hold on. You can go back. It's on the same slide, but hold on, let me pull this article up.
The
real
thing with
quick.
Rosa Parks.
Yeah, we'll get into that. So if y'all don't know who Lisa is, I've talked about Lisa. Lisa is from a popular K-pop group called Blackpink, and she is the brand ambassador for Louis Vuitton. And at first, I didn't see it because you couldn't really see it up close on the video. She had kind of like this lace outfit with the with her pants. Well, not even pants, but her stockings.
Stockings.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, with her panties on top, and it was a decent fit. But it was cool. It was all right. It was damn near the same thing his wife was wearing, Pharrell's wife. And then I get a message, and it was from this article of saying she had Rosa Parks on her crotch. Was it
true though?
I'm gonna get into that, right? Because you got into a close up because she had like this art piece that was kind of like embroidered on there that people thought looked like Rosa Parks, and she's getting a whole bunch of shit on it. It's not Rosa Parks.
I figured.
Yeah.
It's not Rosa. It's not,
fuck
it's
would he
not
put
Rosa
Rosa
Parks
Parks on it?
Yeah, and what it was because they wrote. Because honestly, she's the one who requested those kind of details on it. Henry Taylor, they worked with this artist who draws and all types of shit, does amazing work. And he was saying, he was like, that wasn't Rosa Parks at all. He was like, those drawings were just people that I grew up with and the people that I saw that represented Black dandyism and the people that I thought were dandy. And now it's kind of like, because even me, I thought it was like, why does she have Rosa Parks on her crotch? But when you actually look into it,
When I
she
heard
got
it, I
Rosa
was like,
Parks.
"There's no way."
I was like, there's
fucking
no
hell
way.
they let her walk with Rosa Parks.
So, bro,
Yeah.
calm down on Lisa. Wasn't that?
Yeah.
Next slide.
Coming to me.
Now we're getting
That
it. Now
nigga,
we're
yeah,
getting
that
into the committee.
Yeah.
The Senate. It's like a Roman gladiator.
I think I'm gonna say my take on the committee.
We're talking
Yeah, and I'm waiting.
So what this is Coleman Domingo. Coleman Domingo
I'm gonna
was
get my-
dressed head to toe for Valentino, and this was kind of like the blue cape he wore, like the big thing representing. I think it was representing a specific black king. Forgot the name of it, but it was representing a king. It was representing him as being an LGBTQ plus representative. Not only that, but it represented. I think he was talking about like a choir. He was saying that it all represented. It almost kind of gives like a gospel type vibe to it, and I fucked with that. And I was like, I cannot wait for the reveal of that because that was one of the first looks that were kind of put out. Next slide.
This some bullshit.
This was what he had
Nigga,
out.
what?
Wait, that's what he had under?
We had under. This some bullshit. Head to toe Valentino.
I mean,
It's.
I'm gonna keep it.
I don't like the grid pattern.
some bullshit.
I don't really like the grid pattern.
Grid pattern works. I think the
think the
fit
grid
on the. I
pattern
think
works.
the grid pattern works. I just
Proportions
think
are
the
nice.
proportions. Nah.
Nah,
I think the
Jacket looks
jacket's too big.
I think the
I
proportion
wouldn't
of
say too
pants.
big. I think the jacket comes out too much. I think the pants is. I think the proportions fit each other, but I just don't think it fits him.
Yeah, good point. And also, what I think it's
I like that.
another example of it's a good outfit, but it's not Coleman Domingo. Coleman
Yeah,
Domingo
exactly.
wears the most nuttiest shit. Everyone was excited, bro. If you have seen the comments of our last video, everyone was excited for Coleman Domingo,
yeah.
because Coleman Domingo steps, and I
he
think it
stepped.
was just an okay
bullshit.
outfit.
Lukewarm.
But then again,
Yeah,
then
I'm
I
not the
saw
biggest
that,
fan
and
of,
I
like,
was
the
like,
gray
okay,
dress
maybe
pants either. Like,
exactly.
you could have did, yeah.
And I was like, well, he's on the
Get out of
committee. I
clothes
was
or
like,
something.
maybe, you know,
If I
he's
do
not
those
stepping.
gray dress pants, they can't have those like wrinkles in them. They have
They
to be
can't.
straight down, almost like blocky,
Yeah.
Next outfit.
like Shabuzi's.
We got Lewis Hamilton,
Damn,
another
Lewis
part,
Hamilton
Nah,
did
that's
his
hard.
shit.
another person,
hard.
a part of the committee. He was a complete example of. I said the statement while I was watching earlier of like, I don't think the committee's gonna step. He contradicted everything.
Yeah.
Head to toe, Wales Bonner, another black designer, bro, hard ass fit. Hold on, let me.
The beret is
Shout
like,
out Grace.
That hat is like perfect.
Literally, and then because it I don't know how to pronounce the bottom. Y'all see kind of like that bottom
they're like
kind
that.
of thing going
Yeah,
down. Yeah, it was kind of like a representation of the growth of African culture and how he
Yeah.
grew up, and the growth of kind of like what he
Where's
was
he
seeing
from?
around him. I don't know where Lewis Hamilton is from.
That fit, it kind of looks like what I don't know if this was
All white,
intentional.
too.
It doesn't. I don't know if it was intentional. There was a statue that I seen recently. It was of I forgot what his name is. He was like a Haitian revolutionary during the slave rebellion that happened in Haiti, and like that was like the formal wear that they would use, like governors or like leaders would wear around that time. It kind of like has that where it's kind of like the vest and it gets cut off, and it looks like some like black revolutionary type shit, especially with the hat.
Yeah, the hat's
tough.
crazy. W.
Okay, let's go on to the next outfit.
Oh
Now,
my God.
This is hard. If y'all don't know, that's Muluma, and the next person next to him is a designer named Willie Chavera. I think I'm pronouncing his
said
last name
Maluma,
wrong.
right?
Yeah, Maluma.
Well, the one on the right or the
I
left?
know.
Maluma's
the
on the
one
right, sorry, and then left is the designer Willie Chavera.
Yeah, Maluma
And
was wearing the green.
Yeah, and on the right, Maluma has this kind of it's a floral green, all dressed down suit, and I think the coolest thing and why this is such a cool duo fit is because they're matching
matching.
in colors. The pink kind of bow tie on his hat represents his pink suit. His bow tie represents the floral accents of his suit, and I thought it was just a hard fit.
And his watch. I just want to point out his watch. His
Yeah.
watch is a Jacob. I'm pretty sure it's like a
It's a
Jacob
Jacob and Co.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a
Jacob
Jacob
and
and
Co.
Co.
watch. It is what, $5 million?
5 million, yeah,
$5 million watch.
$5 million.
Yes.
5 million watch.
$5 million
watch.
watch, gang. I'm pretty sure they're like emerald cut.
And I
Emerald cut,
think
like
emerald cut
yeah.
And
Yeah.
these are both
$5 million.
Why I
green
wanted
watch.
to add this in here and why it's so cool is because they're both zoot suits.
Oh,
That's
Both
hard.
zoot suits. And that goes back to
cold.
That's
the
the
next-
that's
yeah.
the creativity that we need.
Yep, there
Hard,
it
bro.
is. Hard.
Damn, that's hard.
Next one. Now,
Damn,
bro.
man.
Frankly,
brick
say-
by brick, brick
by brick. If y'all
Big
don't know who
shorty.
this is, the boy Damson
Brick
Idris,
by
bro.
brick himself.
Now we were watching, and I saw I immediately knew from that helmet, I was like, that's him, because we all saw the F1 trailer. I've been really excited for this F1 movie, and he's a lead star in it. And he pulled up with this suit, and he had this bedazzled out this Tommy Hilfiger hat.
helmet.
And hold on, do I have?
Then they rip it off, and
Yeah. And he came in, and I was like, damn, holy shit, that's him. I was like, that helmet is tough. But then I was like, damn, is that the only thing? Is it
I
just
was
gonna be a
like, damn,
promotion?
is it just the movie promotion? I'm
and
like,
then I saw the
guess.
two of them, the two people on the carpet went side to side. I was like, oh my God, what's about to happen? They ripped it off. I was screaming. I was like, oh my
Crazy.
God.
Crazy.
Hard.
Tommy
bro.
did his shit.
That's Tommy Hilfiger?
Yeah, that's Tommy Hilfiger. He did his shit.
Tommy Hilfiger.
Why didn't they put that shit in the fucking stores and shit?
Literally.
Wicked.
Tommy Hilfiger
That shit
snapped tonight,
hard.
bro.
Yeah, Tommy
Hard.
Hilfiger did his shit.
I do want to say something about this. Go back to the Damson Idris thing. I seen some of you dumbass people in these comment section when I seen that. They were like, bro, how you gonna do that and you ain't got the fresh cut? You niggas don't even
You
understand.
don't
niggas
get
don't
it.
understand
You don't
this.
fucking
He
get it.
just took
Bullshit.
off a bedazzled ass helmet. He has this expensive ass fit on, and he's a nigga, and he has the nappy hair. And
he has
he's
that.
technically
Exactly.
so
got
good.
the
Represent
buns
what
and
it
shit.
was,
Yes.
bro.
Shut
What you
your
talking-
ass
shut
up,
bro.
bro.
Y'all
That's
niggas don't get it.
natural
Y'all
body
niggas don't
hair.
get it. Yeah.
I
You don't
think
get
this was
it.
not only a perfect way to represent your brand, represent the movie, but also represent the theme. And that's why he gets highlighted.
Yeah.
On to the next fit. We got the biggest model. Alton Mason, the fucking GOAT, bro.
I hate him.
And guess what this, bro? This outfit is boss.
Yeah,
That's boss.
This is boss, bro. He's wearing boss, and this is a homage to hip hop legend Slick Rick. With
I
the
do like that.
with the
Makes
embellished
sense.
patch
Yeah.
on on his eye, and he has the grills kind of almost damn near looks like the patch.
I hate him because he's so good at what he does.
He looks good at everything, bro. He looks good at everything, bro.
What he
And
does.
and also people are saying this is also inspiration by JoJo's Bizarre. It's an anime.
Oh,
And
it
he has
does
that
look
hard
like
patch.
that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
So
shit,
that was
I
like
ain't into
holy
anime
shit
shit,
that is
but
creative,
that's
bro.
hard.
This nigga has a
never
bedazzled
watched that,
eye patch.
I haven't watched JoJo either, but I've seen like the
bedazzled
characters and like the
iPad.
design
Tough,
from it.
bro.
It looks like
Tough,
that's
hard.
fire.
On to the next fit. Now,
Shaboozey,
now,
man.
Shaboozey, bruh.
Nigga.
I don't even know that
Shaboozey.
nigga song, but nigga.
Shaboozey.
Everybody in the
his
bar.
shit.
did this.
I like the teal the
The beads, teal
yeah,
beads.
that
He
has to
the
do with
teal-
African culture
He,
too.
yes,
right?
yes.
Yeah.
He has
Doing
the
it.
teal beads
Teal
running
grill.
all the way up, and then they're connected to his
bottom,
back,
yes.
arms, and come all the way down his back.
And then
it's
he has
crazy.
the grill too.
Yes,
Yes,
then
the
he has
grill.
the
Real
turquoise
insane.
grill.
I have
It's
another
that
close-up.
turquoise grill.
Yes.
Now, by the way, this was by a designer named Robert Wan.
Yeah, same person that
Same
did
person that
Wisdom,
did
by the
Wisdom
way,
that didn't
last
come-
year.
Okay.
Yeah,
Now-
wow,
Yeah, same person.
and he had debatably one of the best fits of the night. So
Now that's like a crop suit jacket, but if y'all look closely,
That's
it's
insane.
almost texturized, and it kind of it gives me
It's like
that
wood.
African vibe. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like wood. If you look closer, you kind of see the pattern of it. Look at it.
why
didn't
Yes,
even see
bro.
that?
Hard,
It's like a
and
wooded
it's
texture,
going
yeah.
down from there to his pants. And if you look at the
Almost-
beads, it's 3,100 hand stitched turquoise beads, and then on top of it, it's 2,900 Swarovski crystal beads in it, bro.
yeah, oh yeah, that's why.
Yes.
I knew
That's
it
why
because
it's
I
so
was like,
bedazzled,
I
yeah.
was like, when he raises his arms, you could see it shimmer, and I'm like, are those the beads or did they add like crystals to it? That's
Yeah.
crazy.
And then he
Yeah.
has jewelry pieces from David Yurman. And if you go to the next slide,
we
you
literally
see,
just talking
you
about
see,
Swarovski.
do a close up on the
so
grills.
hard.
Yeah,
on his
bro.
grills.
That hat is
That
No,
hat
that
is
gotta be like-
amazing.
that gotta be like the
Plus,
best
with
fit.
his
That gotta
Bro,
be
braids
it's
coming
one of the,
down.
yes, bro.
That's
Yes,
one of
he
the
has like
best
the
fits,
wicks
bro.
coming down and shit. It's insane.
Now we got
That's
the last one.
One of the biggest country artists in the planet,
Now,
mind you.
Rock.
We got ASAP Rocky
Rocky
and the GOAT Rihanna.
Yeah.
Two of the most anticipated outfits of the night. I'm not gonna lie.
Let me
We
the fuck
had-
down.
We're gonna get into it. So we got Rocky, right? Rocky came in early because Rocky was a part of the committee.
Yeah.
Rocky is head to toe in his own agency, OG. You don't know what OG is? It's his own brand. He owns it. He's been doing a lot of work with that in the past. He's done a lot of work with brands with OG. That's like the top is like a parka. It's not even a suit jacket. It's a parka mixed almost with a suit jacket and has a zipper on the side that gives that street style. On his feet, he has OG, his brand, ex-Christian Louboutin. So it's red bottoms
Red
with his
bottoms
own
on.
brand. Yeah. And if
That's
the
damn
biggest
dope.
highlight piece of his outfit was the gun holster umbrella.
Yeah, I seen
And-
that.
Hold on,
He had a
let's-
gun holster
Yeah,
umbrella.
Yeah,
he had
he has a gun holster umbrella.
It was insane.
Also,
Hold
he
on.
was wearing like his what was it? Overcoat. His overcoat was also Og.
Also,
I have no
everything's
idea
Og.
what Rihanna was.
It's
wearing.
By the way, that's a 90 carat diamond gun umbrella, bro.
90 carat.
90
diamond.
carat diamond.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a stack with you. I can't eat today.
And then on top, you had this
What
other statement piece. It was this ruby Bulgari, if I'm pronouncing
Yeah,
it
yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah,
It was
yeah.
a 12 karat ruby on there. He has a Bulgari ring also, so he like popped out. It was insane. But also he popped off in accessories. The outfit, I was expecting more from Rocky. I can't lie. We both were saying the same thing. I was like, damn. And then also after the show, he fucking sold the piece on his Og website and did like a big promotion.
I feel like a
about
few
it.
people
Yeah.
just played it too safe, and I
Yeah.
would
And
have liked
also-
to see some more people.
For more.
Yeah.
And then also I saw Rihanna. Rihanna's fit. I also think Rihanna was playing like I think it was more of an announcement for her third child.
Yeah.
Rihanna, if y'all don't know the history with the Met Gala, Rihanna quite literally revolutionized the Met Gala itself. And she changed the whole standard. So everyone this night was anticipating Rihanna to go crazy. Bro,
Yeah,
she
I
came
think-
last.
I think that she
and
did,
she
yeah.
disappointed.
I think she
and she
probably
was in Marc Jacobs also. And I think
she
it
was
was
just
on
kinda-
theme, but I also think it could have been better. I think it was
she was
also
just trying to
promotion for
show
the baby.
basically,
Show the
she
baby,
did announce-
yeah.
announce the
baby.
kid.
And
She did that at the Super Bowl
Congratulations.
last time.
Of course. Yes, she did that at the Super Bowl last
Good,
time.
good.
But overall,
Congratulations.
and then there's two things I want to highlight because after showing all this, I wanted to show all that to give you experience of what I saw of Black Dandyism. I want to give who was the most dandiest woman to man. I'm going to start off with the dandiest woman. And I have to give it to, bro, Tiana Taylor.
Yes.
I have to give it to Tiana Taylor, bro.
Yeah.
You were the dandiest, bro.
I think
You were the dandiest. I
Great,
think
sure.
you
Great,
not only
100%.
matched the theme so perfectly, but I also think it was so creative. Amazing. And it was a amazing piece to start off. And then dandiest man, get into that, so hurry up. Dandiest man, I have to give it to Shabuzi, bro.
Yeah.
Shabuzi had it. Shabuzi had it.
the dandiest man.
Like, that
Shabuzi was
shit
the man.
was
By the way,
hard, bro.
Shabuzi, this was his debut, by the way.
Yeah,
His
this
first
is his
debut.
debut. Yeah,
I was saying,
Met Gala,
and
yeah.
he's already.
He
I
will be
said
back.
earlier, he's already one of the biggest, if not the biggest, country artists like in the world right now. Black
Yeah.
man.
Black
Insane.
man.
So that is Black Dandyism.
That
It
is
was
the Met
amazing.
Gala,
That is
man.
amazing.
Next year we got to do the
We
same
gotta do it the
thing.
same
Next
way.
year the
Hell
Jam
yeah.
got to
The
go
most-
to the We got to go to the Met next
Hell
year.
The
yeah.
most progressive fashion news I'd have ever expressed that's been out in God knows how long.
Yeah.
And
Yes,
it
the
smashed
most
the record
progressive
after,
one, bro.
after every Met Gala, bro.
Bro, yeah.
Biggest
Hard, bro.
donation, man.
That was a great time, especially given.
We gotta
what
It was a
lock
very
in.
great experience.
We got to
If-
lock in, and y'all got to share the motherfucking video
Yeah,
so we
bro.
can go to the Met next
If
year.
So we
y'all
can go
want
to
to
the Met.
see us wear this at the Met, it won't be this.
No,
We'll get
hell
some
no.
crazy shit. If y'all want to see us
On
at the
some
Met,
crazy
you
shit.
gotta like, share, and
You see the
subscribe.
fits. Imagine this
Bullshit.
fits a little crazy.
Let this nigga Allen go crazy.
Let
in
the
some
nigga go crazy.
Man.
Decked out in Soho.
But let's get into our final 1.5 seconds with JaamTalks.
I don't think we're getting that dinner.
Let's thank
no.
you guys for those of you who did leave your comments. As always, this week we're trying to play catch up, get some of y'all, but y'all gotta up the rate.
Hashtag
Hashtag
JaamTalks.
Hashtag JaamTalks.
Here,
Hashtag
I'll,
JaamTalks. Go ahead.
I'll read this comment. This comment comes from Jay on
Spotify.
Spotify.
Shout out
W.
Spotify.
Shout out
Spotify.
Spotify. We don't shout out to anyone else besides Spotify.
Yeah.
Go to Spotify. So JaamTalks, what is the best way to support the show? I think it's very important that for y'all to have a thing for young black men coming up. I know it's nothing is free. How do us older black men make sure y'all keep this platform? Thank you so
First
much.
of all, yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah,
thank you.
thank you, bro.
That's
Also,
real.
like
Thank you,
you being an older black man, like shout out to all the older black men
Thank
because this
you,
is what we
man.
need.
Yeah,
we
it's
need to
real,
bring the men
bro.
together and really have shit like
Generationally.
this. Yeah, generationally, it really has shit like this to actually put out into the newer generation so they can know, you know what I'm saying, right from wrong,
So
etc.
thank you for the support. Thank you for asking. We are in works. Patreon coming soon.
Patreon coming
Patreon coming
This is
soon.
I think it might be the first time we're announcing that we will be working on that. So when that gets launched, we will let you guys know.
Yep.
But outside of that, like we say every episode, like, share,
Like,
yeah,
subscribe,
that's
share,
literally
comment,
the best,
follow.
the best
Push it.
thing. And look, I think a good example of this is Sinners, like word of mouth. That's
Yeah,
the best thing y'all can do for us is that word of
Man.
mouth.
and
Bro.
y'all have been going crazy with that in general because this podcast in general has seen much greater heights in the wake of Sinners because y'all fuck with what we said about it. Like that's
Exactly.
so crazy.
Yeah,
And
that word of mouth goes such a long way. So we appreciate everybody who says it. Like, that's
thank
how
y'all
you can
for
help
the
us
support,
most
man, for
realistically,
real.
and it's free.
It's free.
Debbie.
The tax will come later.
Yeah.
Got a comment by Bound by Rage 4718. This is on YouTube. Nah, Abe switched up. You were saying the 100 versus Gorilla. Humans will win on TikTok. I asked this question a few weeks back.
Wait a minute. First of all, it was man versus dog, and I said man would win. I never commented on Gorilla. Never commented on Gorilla, but Gorilla would beat the shit out of 100 niggas.
You think? I've seen the science has come out now.
Gorilla? No. 100 niggas beats a gorilla.
Yeah, they lose. Yeah. Apparently, because they said that it would overheat.
What do you mean apparently?
Wait,
let's not get into these
Yeah, because
gorillas.
they don't got enough time. We can't do it.
Alan, how would you change one of the dying fashion houses? Pick any you want to.
He'd bring back Acne Studios, or not Acne Studios.
I'd bring back Y Project.
Y Project.
Yeah.
I bring back Y Project.
He'd bring back
I
Y
bring back Y
Project.
Project, and I think why I bring back Y Project is because Y Project is one of those brands that it honestly, like, the creative freedom is insane. I think you could really do a lot of things, and I think with that I can really connect it with my roots. And with a lot of black culture, I can connect it with and completely transform that.
Y
brand.
Project.
You're gonna
Y Project.
I claim it. You gonna get it.
Y Project.
Right project, X
Hold
the
on.
jam.
I love
Let's get it.
the way they do shapes and everything. And
Yep.
I definitely will.
So I'm hearing new creative director of Y Project in the revamp form 2027.
The jam.
the whole
Next
thing.
one.
The next one, JaamTalks. I don't know how to say your name.
Shalom.
Chalo 2. Whatever.
Shalom.
Appreciate you though, and I see you Spotify, so I love you even more. This podcast is a great influence for myself, trying to keep up with politics and pop culture. I was wondering what you guys' influences were. Who or what caused you to have these current political leanings you do today? Also, recommendations for other podcasts, YouTube channels, news sites, etc. That would help with staying up to date on current events.
Thank
I
you
would
for the
say
question.
thank you.
Thank
First
you.
of all, thank you so much. We appreciate
The
it.
Yeah.
second half of it, the answer is the jam.
Yeah.
Other ones.
Another podcast that Grits and Eggs. Shout out Grits and Eggs.
Shout out Grits and Eggs.
Yeah, shout out Grits and Eggs. Go watch
Grits and
them. I would
Eggs.
say our influences have been the bullshit that happens in the world.
Yeah. I think,
My influence is from this nigga, right?
Really, that's how I got into
true.
politics.
Yeah, I would say
I think that's
our
how we
political
get it.
influence is JJ.
J. William J, the Jamaican
I
flag
think
of hell.
the Jamaican flag of doom.
flag of
My
doom.
influences, I got to go through a laundry list of stuff. It just modern people, I guess, like someone like a AOC, a Bernie, but that's
Bernie,
just
yeah.
electorally. Other people like W.E.B. Du Bois, all type of shit, but I don't have to get into all that
Right,
stuff.
and
It's too many people. It's a lot of
thing
people.
too is that like I wasn't thinking this way when I was younger. I don't think any of us were.
Yeah.
But the fact that like, you know, niggas is into gaming and shit, and that gaming pipeline from gaming
Yeah.
to right wing, it was always there. So I would watch
Yeah,
gaming
yeah.
videos, and then in the fucking recommendations, it'll be
Yeah.
like SJW or it gets owned or something
Yeah.
like that. And then it's
Yeah.
fucking
And
it's wild.
And it's not like we just made up everything. Like I
Right.
almost fell down that pipeline at one point, and I like kind of like had to do a lot of challenging with things that I assumed even when I was younger to get here too. So there's a lot
Exactly.
of
It's a lot of
influences from
unlearning
outside
that
and
we had
inside.
to do,
Yeah,
bro.
it's a lot.
A lot of unlearning.
We appreciate that comment,
We
though.
appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much.
Thank you
All
guys
the JaamTalks.
for watching another episode of The Jam. It's probably our longest episode
This
yet.
is our
longest.
longest
Yeah.
episode.
It was a lot, man.
This is Thunderbolts. But
yeah. Watch this instead. Anyway, The Jam. If you guys did enjoy, like we always say, leave a comment. #JaamTalks on platforms. Like, subscribe, share it. Everything.
Joshua, where can they find us?
They can find all of us on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube, on Acast, on Pocket Cast or something, on iHeartRadio, on
Spotify,
on
on Prime,
on
Netflix.
Apple Music, on
Netflix.
library.
Whoa.
I didn't get a deal yet. What the
Wait,
fuck?
we ain't there yet. We ain't there yet.
Manifestation.
That's a fact.
But yeah, thank you guys again. Support means the world. What were you
If you guys want to leave more comments, #JaamTalks.
Yes.
Also, end of the video, if y'all want to leave y'all prom fits,
Yep,
because it
send
is
in the
prom
prom fit.
season.
Yes.
DM
Make sure
the
y'all
JaamPod.
email us, because the email will be there, or you can DM us on Instagram.
Yep.
Yep.
As well.
All
So,
in the description.
thank you guys. Have an awesome day or night wherever you may be, and we'll see you guys next week.
W.
Peace out, y'all.
Peace.
We just got
Yo, we
News.
just got finished recording. What's the news, my boy?
breaking news. We have a new pope. His name is Robert Prevost. And he's the first elected American pope. He's like American. He's the first American pope ever been elected.
Ever.
And he's originally from fucking Chicago.
That's like crazy.
Chicago?
You telling me the Pope was chilling on Van Buren?
You talking about the Pope was on 63rd?
He was on the
The Pope was on
The Pope was on Block.
Hell's chicken at one point.
Nigga,
See,
what?
as written, this is the
written.
year of Chicago.
And this
You had
just happened. Never in the
Literally.
history of the Roman Catholic Church has there ever been an American Pope. And he happens to be from Chicago. From Chicago.
Get him on the jam.
Bro, that's crazy.
Now we're about to
bro.
continue this episode. Continue.
Thank you for watching this long. If you haven't already, subscribe. What is you doing?
What is you doing?
What are you doing? You think we just sitting here doing it for nothing?
You think you're gonna sit here and not
Need
do
to
shit? Like,
eat. I know you're not subscribed. Click it.
cool.